Hey everybody, welcome back to SciFi And Friends, episode number 67, getting close to that 70 mark. Hope you've been enjoying the last few podcasts. We had Corey Ball, Aaron Zustiak, and Dr. Pogue, which Dr. Pogue will be released, today's Sunday, and it'll be released tomorrow, so this is all future talk. You guys have probably listened. By the time this makes it, you probably listened to it, so hope you've been enjoying it. What else is going on? We're still in war, and yeah, it's just another day in the simulation. Hope you're enjoying it. Alrighty, my guest today is a boxing coach, MMA coach, right? A martial artist, Ryan Mosburg.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Yeah, good to be back.
You got the sweatshirt on?
Got my bling.
And what's that?
That's Honey Badger.
Oh, that's the wrestling group from Arkansas? Yeah. They're good.
They're awesome.
They had nice facilities.
Yeah.
They had the squat racks and the wrestling mats were as big as a basketball court.
Yeah, NCAA, two of them.
Oh, really? Two of the guys?
No, two of the mats.
Oh, that size. Yeah. They were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had an eventful morning.
We did.
Yeah, dude.
I'm surprised you're here.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's what the wife said. She's like, "Are you gonna be able to podcast?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be so jacked up on whatever I can get."
Dude, I was even tired. I was like, man, I need a nap.
Well, it's raining.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard when it was kind of drizzly and gray out. I'm thinking, oh, you know what would be so nice if we just kind of cuddled up. We've been watching Lord of the Rings extended version. It's just like, get on the couch and just settle in. But there's work to be done.
That's right.
There's shit to be talked. So,
how are you feeling?
A little shaky. Like I said earlier about that martial arts, that rolling, like kind of twinge or whatever. Yep. But like my arms, like they're heavy from throwing all those. Mm-hmm. But not bad. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow for sure.
I mean, yeah, that's my first time where somebody came over, did your hour lesson, then went to team training for an hour, and I mean, you good?
I knew it was gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And then when Coop was like, "Let's grapple," I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." And grappling him was fun just because he doesn't know jiu-jitsu that much. So I took his back pretty quickly and was like, "Okay, I felt good. I got a big confidence boost." He escaped, by the way. So Coop called me out, and then Dalton's like, "Let's grapple." I'm like, "Oh shit." And you told me that he was a defensive line at OU.
I don't know what he did. I know he played football somewhere.
D1.
Yeah.
OU football. Like yeah. And then we got to talking, and he was saying how much he wrestles, and then he trained with Dave for a minute.
Right. And
then left and went and did stuff. But yeah, he that was a different animal. He threw me. Like picked me up, no problem, and threw me. So that doesn't happen that often. But it was fun. That was about the last thing I did before I'm just wiped. I'm done.
So you did 8 rounds with me. 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, and then we did probably about 12 rounds of sparring.
Yeah.
With you, and I mean,
I told the wife I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take an Epsom salt bath or something.
I know. And see, you talking about that gym, like your dream gym.
Oh yeah.
And bringing all those people together, we gotta have a float tank, or 2 tanks.
Dude,
you know,
I'm about that.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
For recovery, the Epsom salt and everything for those guys. Just how I feel right now, an Epsom salt bath would be the perfect. Well, cryo would be good, and then Epsom salt.
So I hate cold baths.
Who likes them?
Ice baths, right? So I don't know if you know who the Ruka gym is. From. They're somewhere in California. I think it's
Ruka.
Ruka. People call it RVCA. It's not. The V silent. It's actually U.
Like
Jason Perillo coaches. No, so it's RU. Actually, type of V though. RUVK or VCA.
Whoa. RUV.
Yeah, just
VCA. Like that.
Yep.
Here you go.
So, right. Yep, that's it.
Costa Mesa, dude. That's where
Costa Mesa.
I lived.
Okay.
When I lived
Very
in
cool.
Cali.
So I get a lot of my training from Jason Perillo, their head coach there.
Okay.
That's how I hold mitts and stuff. I studied him since I was in like high school. But he's trained BJ Penn, Michael Bisping, Tito Ortiz. Actually, the year TJ Britton, we were going down there to. He was supposed to go fight somebody. And then we had that gym, and Jason Pro was like, bring your guy in. He can spar with my guys. He says, and he told me, he says, if Tito or Michael Bisping or anybody's here, like, if you want to hold mitts for him, go for it. I'm like,
to you?
Yeah. I'm like,
shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was the bad year of the COVID. And so they closed down California right before TJ and I bought tickets to go out there. Yeah. But
so you never got to go?
We didn't get to go. And their gym's like all white and stuff, which is dope. But for me, my dream gym is I love all black.
You want to murder out black,
murder black, black American flag, like just murdered out.
Sick. That's like we were talking earlier. That's how 10th Planet is.
Yeah, I like all 10th Planet's vibes.
Nice. That looks real clean, actually.
Right.
That looks
Great
pretty
mats.
nice. Yeah, it looks nice.
They got their cage and their boxing ring.
Yeah, that looks nice. That's in Costa Mesa?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then, like, if you look up, like, Trevor Whitman, that's another one that's just, his is a simple, there it is right there.
He's another coach?
Right. So he's out of Colorado.
Dude, he got 2021 Coach of the Year.
Bro, he's a stud.
Wow.
And so he doesn't have, like, a huge gym.
Him?
Right. So that he is Justin Gaethje's coach, Rose's coach, Thug Rose, Usman.
Where's he out of?
I forgot what part of Colorado. I think he's actually just kind of in Denver. Yeah.
That is.
But dude, it's like his own facility where he makes his Onyx gloves. He makes boxing gloves and make it. But see, there it is. So it kind of reminds you of the Ruka gym. But like. Like a lot of people, they always ask me, where's your gym at? Where do you train at? I mean, now it's just kind of like at first it bothered me, but now it's like, train out my garage, bro.
Yeah, it's cool.
All these guys that are winning right now are training out of a garage.
I like it.
I'm not cocky about it. I'm just real, I'm not being cocky about it. I'm just real, I guess, I'm confident in my guys and what I know and what they know. I mean,
I don't see that there's anything wrong with training out of, like, what's it matter?
No.
What if you got a badass garage? What you do?
Whatever. If you have a coach that tells you, if he doesn't let you go cross train with somebody to learn, he's a moron, just a complete asshole. Like, so to me, it's like
seems like an insecure coach.
Oh my god. So to me, some of my guys are like, hey, I'm gonna go train here tonight. I'm like, hell yeah. Bring it back, whatever you learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some good sized gyms around the whole 4-state area, but like, my all time favorite one would be Glory up in Kansas City.
Okay.
Under James Krause, he's killing it right now. To me, it's like, man, I like training up these younger guys and then just kind of, it's like shipping them off and just see how you do.
Right.
I guess
You're like a farm.
Yeah, I mean, I only got a few select athletes that I can really call mine. You know what I mean? Not saying mine, but
like
just
started with you.
Right.
And yeah,
it
has the Mosburg Foundation.
Right, yep. And then I do train with other people that I don't know if I'm going to corner you or not, your fights or manage you. I'm just, I'll help you.
What makes that distinction? It's probably from like what you see.
Yeah, no. People that believed in me early on, maybe, or just are very loyal to me. Like most of these guys are like little brothers to me now. And we have some history with some of them, and then some of them are just newer kids I just met that I was like, I don't know, and they just keep coming back, keep bothering me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's like, all right, they're part.
Right. You can tell their heart.
Oh yeah.
You can tell their loyalty. They've been around. They've come to practice and they've improved.
Right.
Took your advice. Took your pointers.
Yep.
That goes a long way.
And now that they keep calling me sir and shit like that, I feel so old.
Right. Sensei.
Oh man, I'll be 35
Master.
in June.
35.
Dude, I'm like,
that's not bad.
It's not, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I just started sparring with all my guys again. I'm like, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Bro, my whole body hurts.
Yeah. You got to get on the supplements.
I know. You know,
I'm not talking the bad ones.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no, dude. I let
the health
myself.
ones.
Yeah, I let myself go for. You know, I like beer too much. And, you know what I mean? And I stopped taking a lot of vitamins and about to get back on that train.
Even things like krill oil or fish
yep.
oil, which you can just go to Walmart and get.
Yep.
You know, those help out a lot. You don't got to go vegan and raw and all that.
Oh
but
God, no.
it'd be good.
Yeah,
it would help you out.
yeah.
You know.
That's all I think I need to do really is clean up that diet.
Yeah.
You ask Theron, he always says, "Oh, you need what's your diet like? What's your diet like?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Yeah, right. He has a pretty clean diet.
He does. He's very.
From time to time, he'll dip off and do some.
He's young too, so he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. He's 25,
Yeah.
but he acts like he's 13 sometimes. But
My God, we walked in the gym and he was hopping all over the
yeah,
place.
it's like, bro, chill out.
Oh, it was
I just
wild.
got here.
But it's like he never shuts off. He's just like,
No, he could like.
dun.
So he's 2-0 as a professional boxer. He could literally, I forgot what his record was. He got in trouble for pulling some kid's hair, so that they made that a draw. But I forgot what his record.
That's what they were talking about. That.
I forgot what his MMA record was, but he's one of those kids that he could never fight, let's say, and just the way he acts is more professional than most of these idiots that are professional. You know what I mean? Most of these guys just do it just to say they're tough, and I mean, he does it good, and he has a bright future in it too if he wants it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited for. He was supposed to fight this weekend.
He's supposed to fight this weekend. It's not.
Got the C19.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. He had a little extra dose of something in there, probably.
Oh, really?
I think it was the C20.
Kind of C20, C40. Kind of got hit. He did get pretty wrecked.
Oh yeah. You'll see his face all over the billboards too. Still, I mean, they're making their money.
Yeah. Did someone take his place for that fight or?
Right, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Not one of us.
no.
Yeah.
And then we do got an amateur fighting Ben Massey. He's an up and comer.
Oh, the guy that was there today.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
Yep. This will be his second one. And this kid came to me. Excuse me. This kid came to me like, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe.
Oh, wow.
Maybe more, a little bit longer maybe.
Yeah.
And just wanted to work out. Sorry.
You said you knew him before?
No, he
from the
contacted
area?
me.
Okay.
When I was living in Bentonville still, and so like we'd come to like Victory where TJ's at, and I'd do like a lesson here and there for him, and then I moved to Carl Junction, and then he just kind of started coming, and then finally I think one day he just stayed, maybe watched Theron spar with Zarek or something, and then he went to Theron's first fight, and he's like, I want to fight.
I'm in.
I want to do this.
I'm sold.
Yeah. So, and he's just the kid hits hard. He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him.
Oh my God, is a specimen.
I know it pisses you off, when he rips his shirt off. Like, dude, bro.
Dalton and I were talking about it. He's like, what the hell is this? What's going on over here,
guys
dude?
Stop.
Yeah, good looking dude.
Yeah.
No 1% body fat. And then when you told him to spar with me, you're like, don't throw anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure he could have taken my head off plenty of times.
He does good.
Yeah, he is good. He'll do good. Is that his first amateur?
This will be his second. Which he fought some kid, which ended up being a nice kid at the time. But you look at this other kid, jacked, just huge again. But this time he had tattoos everywhere, right? I mean, this kid, we were all teasing like, this kid looked like he, he's probably killed somebody before.
Yeah,
Like, he looks like
how many teardrops he got?
Yeah, right. And so Ben went the distance with him and did great.
Good.
Obviously didn't listen as much as I wanted him to, but he still, he didn't get finished. He didn't finish him, but and that kid had mad respect for him. And now he's fighting another guy. I think this will be his first one, but he's a little bit older. So, I mean, older than...
Ben's what, 24, 23?
21, 22.
What?
Oh, yeah, dude. I got a lot of young ones, which is cool.
Wow.
So I got Ben that fights March 12th, this Saturday. He's like 22 or 23. Then March 26th in Springfield for MMA at Fight Hard MMA.
Ben is?
No.
Oh, yeah, no,
Ben's just boxing.
Okay.
That little kid that was there today, Dalton, the other Dalton, he's fighting at 135.
Okay.
And he's a little stud.
He was rolling with DJ.
The kid just, you can hit him, and he just keeps coming forward. You know what I mean?
He's like rubber band.
Dude, it was just, you know, if
he felt like he seemed like that.
Just another good one. Just, yes, sir. Listens. And then I think he just turned 21.
Oh, wow.
And then you got my other kid from Bentonville, Cash Jones.
Oh, yeah.
He's, you know, a freaking monster. He just turned 21, and he fights on the same night with Dalton.
Yeah,
so
okay. Nice.
Oh, yeah, dude.
When's that?
That's the 26th.
Of March?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might want to
have to come to that one. That one will be fun.
It's cool. And then I got Zarek. I don't know how old he is. God.
You said he was older, though.
He is a little bit older. He's definitely older than those guys.
Yeah.
I think it's them, then it goes to Theron, and then Zarek. But Zarek, he's been on a roll lately.
Yeah.
I think he's 2-0 Muay Thai, 4-0 kickboxing, and 3-2 in MMA now. And he's fighting for a belt April 16th in Bentonville.
All the footage I've seen of Zarek, like,
he's probably the most cleanest striker I have.
Clean? Mm-hmm. I thought he was just composed.
Yeah.
He's just always like, no problem, punch, no problem. No, like, he never seems like he's worried.
So in practice even, he's super, I call him the cleanest. Theron calls him the most technical, you know, because he comes from a karate background.
Okay.
Then when he started.
Super disciplined.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then when he came to me, we just taught him more like just that raw, dirty boxing. You know what I mean? Like,
you corrupted him.
No, dude. Like, and so at practices, he just, I don't know. I mean, he does great at practices, but he's just more reserved and stuff. And then just, you know, when we always say a prayer before we go out and fight, and you know, I talk to him, and you just see that in his eyes, and then he goes out there and crushes people.
Wow.
You know, I mean, he's been crushed before too when he first started, and then finally just started getting that freaking confidence, dude. He sucks he hits very hard.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch him and like Theron spar.
Yeah. And
stuff, and then you got my other guy, Kyle Gunther, which he's a heavyweight now. He used to fight at 55. 155.
And now he's a heavyweight?
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Wow.
No, I love you, Kyle. He's like
nothing wrong with that.
He doesn't fight anymore, really. You know, we all trying to talk him into boxing, but if him and his wife want him to box, then he's gonna box. But if she's not on board, then you know what I mean. He's a great dude. He keeps my shit together. Like he's the glue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes a great assistant coach. Travels with me. Goes to these fights. Just huge part. And he's just we call him a gym monster. You know what I mean? Like if he was there today, you would have, you know.
I would have nosed him.
Oh yeah. Like, dude, he hits so hard. He's one of my enforcers for sure.
Yeah, gotta have those guys. Yeah. So, being a boxing coach or a fight coach, like, you put together a team for the corner. Do you put together a team?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like
a guy like Gunther,
right? You know, because I moved from Hawaii, came to Bentonville. I got hit up by Kyle actually about starting to like cross train over, and so him and Corey Hines would drive from Carthage all the way to Bentonville. Oh, wow. And I started training. Yeah, you know, here's another coach. Their coach, DJ Randall, which that's who we're at today. Okay. And he's like, hey, we're gonna start cross train with Ryan, and he's like, you know, oh my God, yes, do it. You know why? Because DJ's not a dipshit like all these other coaches. He's smart. I mean, he's just like, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
And dude, he's one of them. Yeah, love that guy. And so we was just kept hitting off. Then I started cornering those guys with DJ, and me and DJ just hit it off.
He's cool,
like
man.
That right away.
He's like, you gonna fight? I'm
like,
nope.
Just
here to train.
Yeah. But so like when I corner people, like I do kind of pick who I want to corner with, because, you know, if my fighter's not comfortable with who's cornering him, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be comfortable in that corner too. Right. I don't want to be yelling something and then you got Joe Blow over here saying the complete opposite or yelling over me or something. I got, you know, to me it's like I am the coach, but I deal with the striking. Kyle's better on the ground and clinch work, so guess what? When that happens, I shut the hell up and I'm like, Kyle. And then he just starts going. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it is. I like picking who of course.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the most important, like what does a corner what is your job when you're in that
like
corner?
I'm saying, keeping him comfortable,
Yeah.
composed. Theron always makes fun of me because I have this kit bag where I have all my tape and everything. And before I wrap all their stuff, man, I'll turn on some Biggie Smalls or something.
Oh, the playlist today was fantastic.
Right? And I just put that stuff on, and that's like, I'm in my zone. They can listen to whatever they want. They want to listen to my music. They want to put it in their headphones. But that's like, it's therapy to me. Wrapping their hands, I massage their knuckles and stuff, just get them all loose, and then boom, now I'm warming them up. Not only do I get there, we have to sign all that crappy paperwork. I wrap them up, I get them warmed up. Then we walk out to the cage, and then, in reality, my guys are good enough where they should just, they don't need a corner. They already know. Like, why game plan on the day you're fighting?
Right.
That should already be in your brain what you're gonna do. But like the first thing I do usually is like, let's say if you're fighting me and you come out southpaw, I'll be like, yo, he's southpaw, start circling to your right instead. Or sorry, if you're southpaw, if I'm orthodox, I'm gonna circle out to my left, get away from your power. But if I'm southpaw, we're both southpaw, then boom, I'm going that way.
Right.
So
it's kind of, I mean, fighting is like a one-on-one. It's a very individual sport. But it seems like with a good corner, it's almost like your out-of-body mind, because you guys are seeing from a different perspective. So you can call those out.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you're right, if you and me are right close to each other, I might not be picking up all that because I'm making sure you don't hit me or kick me or take me down. So I'm dealing with all that, but it's good to have that voice. Right. He's southpaw. You're like, okay, I can pick up on that.
And then some guys don't hear shit.
Yeah.
And other guys hear everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like TJ says, he can hear me very well. Theron hears me very well.
Yeah.
Zarek's starting to hear me. Kyle has a louder voice, so sometimes I'll tell him to say something because I already lose my voice, and Kyle yells it, and then they hear him. But the little Hembry boy, the Dalton, he fights the 26. Never, this is his first fight. He might just go out there and blow his wad. I don't know what he's gonna do. Yeah.
What do people usually do?
Yeah, dude. They might go throw up in the middle of the ring. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's like getting married. They say when they like my pastor was like, when your wife or when your fiance walks through those doors, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but whatever happens, just let it happen. He's like, I've seen people break out in tears. I've seen them puke. I've seen them faint. And I'm like, oh God damn, what's about to happen? Bro. Yeah. It's probably very similar because, you always talk about, or I always talk about, whoa, what would my song be if I was going to fight? Everybody talks about that, but to put yourself in that position and put yourself in that mindset of like what is about to happen, that is a place that not many humans go to.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't know how you're going to react.
And like even after the fight, for me, like, I'm not in there getting my face beat in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got all their family. They got all their friends. The other opponent has the exact same thing. So they want you to lose in front of your family and friends. So my guys, of course, I always tell them that. Hype them up. Win or lose, I'll usually hang around my guys a little bit more. But after they win, I get
ghost.
We go and I fade it off in the back. I might cut their wraps off. They might change after that. They're in the crowd talking to their people. Like I've seen a lot of people try to suck on that fame with them. Like TJ, Britt, and Theron Crouch. Their fan base is huge around this area. You know what I mean? So it's just like we've rode together before. With TJ. I think I've only rode with him one time to a fight, and then it was like almost 4 hours after his fight. Like it felt like 1:30 in the morning before we even went back to his house for victory, dinner, just because he had so much people. Oh my God, yeah,
I believe that.
Which that's his job as a fighter. Same with Theron. Like those people pay good money to come out and support him. So
yeah, they're definitely a symbol.
Oh, big time.
And both those guys do really good at playing that role.
Yeah, Yep.
They're always on in that aspect.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's funny to think that these two are around this area where they're way more professional. Like I said, like most of these, even these UFC fighters or whatever. You know what I mean?
I thought about that a lot.
Yeah. Some of these guys are just jokes.
They're rough. Yeah. They're just from a rough
hardcore
background.
Thug.
They really are, which probably makes you for a great fighter. But when you get to that level, like a UFC or I always want to call it Mastodor. What's the other one? Bellator.
Yeah.
Mastodor.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I know. But if you're on that level, like you are a professional. Like you're at the very top, and with that comes responsibility to your fan base, to the organization and the fans of the organization. Like you represent them now, and you represent yourself because you're a brand. TJ is a brand. Theron is a brand, and you can ruin that brand very quickly.
Big time.
You know, with saying the wrong thing, reacting the wrong way, and those guys do a really good job of doing that. Yeah. So with TJ, this last fight was big, right?
It's pretty big
because Dana White was there, and didn't quite go the way we were hoping.
Right.
What happens in an instance like that with a coach and with a fighter?
You just kind of go back to the locker room, with your head down a little bit, and make sure he's okay. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. Those are hard ones. Like, I feel all their wins, and I definitely feel all their losses. Like, those hurt more just because, it's because a lot of people reach out to these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right after a fight or before a fight or whatever. Yeah. And then they still say, they still talk to him after their it's like, like, let's say, he got knocked out, right? So, like, people are like, he probably got flooded with his phone about, are you okay? Are you?
Right.
That's just the same question he has to answer over and over, which
right.
he does really good about, being nice about it and stuff.
Right.
And, all I did was check on him and, love you, dog, and we'll carry on and, go back to the drawing board. No telling with him. You know what I mean? I think his age, he's older than me, 38, 39, and he's still in better shape than most of these 20-year-olds around this whole entire anywhere.
Yeah. No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
He's got superior genetics for sure. The guy's an insane athlete.
You know how many messages I got just like, oh, what happened? It's just like, dude, if you just come to the gym and go one round with him and see if you can handle it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's too
just
much.
give me one round. Let those guys have one round with him.
Yeah.
And like, dude, he hits like a brick shit house.
Fast.
And then same with Theron. It's like,
Theron's so fast.
Dude, he's fast. So like, it was cool because he really didn't have any boxing. Theron did it, but when he came to me, like, we had this one video of him doing a combo. And he thought he was, pretty. And I was like, oh, yeah, we look good. And he put it on his Instagram. Now it's like any of our other videos would just put that to shame.
Just because he was just starting out? Oh, wow.
And so he was orthodox then. And now he's full-blown southpaw. But he's funny because we'll spar. And it's like I teach him everything, And so it's like fighting me, but 1,000 times faster. And I hate him.
So fast.
And then with TJ, that's the same thing with him. Just he's so freaking long.
Yeah.
When I first ever met him, he knew he was long, but he didn't know how to use it. And then once it clicked in his head, he knew how to use it. It's like, I don't want to box with him anymore. Nose all busted.
Yeah, we did I wouldn't even call it sparring. It was, I don't even know what very low end sparring. And I remember just being like, I'm way over here, and your fist is still getting to me somehow. I thought this was the safe zone. No, it's not. And he didn't use his legs or anything, which is a whole nother story.
Yep.
Though when I did talk to him about when he fought the number one ranked kickboxer in the world, when he talked about how fast that guy kicked, I was like, oh, Jesus. If you think it's fast.
It was fast.
Yeah. He's like, usually you can see a little hip turn or something. Yeah, exactly. That's what he said.
It was weird. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah, that's what he said. There was no signal. It did just all of a sudden there's a foot in your face.
So was it D'Allen? You know D'Allen?
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good old boy. So he was in the corner with us too, and we're all sitting back there for Bellator, and it's like it's kind of like an awe moment because you got Kevin Lee back there. Yeah. Man, you got Jeremy Stevens, all from the UFC. They had guys fighting, so they're all in our locker room and stuff. And it was cool. And then, so it's me sitting down. You got TJ in the middle. You got D'Allen on his side. So TJ's in the middle of us, and you just hear these like the curtains were shaking. And I'm looking down. I look over, and it's him kicking. And I look over it, and I just kind of like eyeball D. Allen, and D. Allen's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And TJ takes looks around, he says, "Is that him kicking?"
Oh.
And I said, "Yep." And he just kind of puts his whatever. He starts playing with his phone again.
Wow.
And it was loud. And then we had some like little stud kickboxer girl that was fighting. This was her first MMA fight too. And so, but she's a world champion kickboxer. Whoa. She started kicking, and it was just just that room. And so it was so loud. I like leaned over. I was like, God, I hope Gabriel thinks that's TJ kicking right now.
100. Why wouldn't he?
Right. Then TJ just whooped his ass in MMA because, why are we going to kickbox with the world-class kickboxer?
I wouldn't do that.
Hell no.
No.
So TJ took him down and just beat on him.
Really?
Every round. Like, just clearly won.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Gabriel's brother backstage talking about, like, oh, we thought he was going to stand up more with, I just kind of popped my head in that curtain like, no. Why the hell are we going to do that? We ain't doing that with you guys.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a kickboxing
unless we
fight.
Absolutely have to.
Yeah, you better pay him really good money to kickbox this guy.
Yeah. Why would you want to play to your opponent's
Oh, gosh, dude.
strength?
It was awesome. Because TJ's more of the striker anyways, but he does have good ground game. Just people never get to see it.
Is he purple belt? Or
I think he just got his purple.
Just purple, yeah.
He's a sandbagger, though.
Yeah, I mean, he could get it if he wanted to.
Yeah,
he could go all the way.
He could be, or even, I don't know. He could probably even be a brown belt.
I would think so. Mm-hmm. I mean, the genetics, the body alone.
It's strong.
Oh, my God, and flexible. Mm-hmm. And so if he just put, some time in and learn the finishes and stuff, I think he'd kill.
You know who's hard on the ground, too, is Theron.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah. Does he roll or anything?
Yeah, it's just that stupid face of his,
just grappling.
Well, when he was doing MMA, he went to Team Fusion in Springfield.
Okay.
And he did really good.
Nice.
His belts are very white. Mm-hmm. He's a really good grappler. So
you can get a lot. Yeah. You can learn a lot even at white belt.
Oh, 100%.
To some random person on the street that knows nothing.
I think, right. And then just getting a blue belt, like, to me, it's like, I wish I was a white belt just because I even hate going to classes and people be like, oh, and just dealing with all those strong, jacked white belts that are, young kids or college kids. I'm like, I'm too old for this crap.
Yeah, right? Man. Especially when you're slapping hands and you're like,
yeah, dude.
Do you have any background? Like, I wrestle. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, here we go.
It's like my buddy Greg, Winter Halter. Really good. Stud. I think he just got his brown belt. And he trains in the garage with me. And he's notorious for taking other people's gis and putting them over their heads and taking pictures. And I told him, I said, if we do that, then me and you're straight up fighting. Like boxing. He's like, no, I don't want to get hit in the face. I said, all right, well, then don't do that to me. And it's pretty funny. Like his jiu-jitsu, how he teaches, like he's a Gracie guy, but it's very violent, which I love. Like it's very knees to throat, pressing off, the throat with the elbows. I mean, it's good stuff.
Has he talked about his training in Tulsa? I think it was Tulsa, somewhere in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
The gym with like all the black belts, and there wasn't even that much color. So it's like,
Trident?
I'm not sure. No. Yeah, I just remember him talking about that. He's like, we had 10 or 20 black belts, and that's all kind of. There wasn't much else. Like, oh God,
dude, I would walk in there and be like, oh hell no. Oh, that's not where I parked my car.
I don't know. Wouldn't that? Yeah, I don't know if that would be good. Because you're around all these killers that can definitely teach you, but could you ever do anything without them? They'd have to let you. We gotta get those white belts in there to.
We need to go to Hawaii sometime.
Yeah.
I'll show you some training down there. So like that gym down there is called Longman Jiu-Jitsu.
That is so badass.
Dude, so they had Longman South and Longman North. I was a part of the South team, and which they're all a team, but that's where I trained the most. And when I first walked in there with I was a white belt. There's probably 2 blue belts, 15 purple belts, 3 browns, and 4 black belts, and maybe like 2 white belts. So the white belts were just but all of them were Hawaiian or some local kids. So I was like the dumb Howley kid that just showed up, and dude, I was bleeding. I got more, injured in that than just regular full-on sparring. You know what I mean? Just
on purpose, because they were making it happen. They were making sure you
testing,
were, making sure
I just kept
you
coming back. So I was there for about 3 years training under those guys, and just man, it was something. Like, that's the train I miss. You know what I mean? Like, and then we started doing some fight stuff, and now their gym's just blowing up.
That's awesome.
Ruka, that gym.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of like, they actually gave them some money and redid a couple of their gyms and stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't want to train in Hawaii?
I mean, it's horrible. Like, so we'd train like at 9 a.m. Most of the time I had to work at 1 or I had to work in the morning. So I'd train at 9 a.m. and then, you know, huge garage are like, all right, we're going down to the beach to cool off in the...
Get in the water?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just so we'd run to, you know, and then come back. Or if I didn't have to work, I'd do it. I mean, it was awesome. And then you had the night classes where that was more of the people. You know, more of the newer guys and stuff would come after work. Because most of these guys were like servers and stuff for restaurants.
Yeah.
And it was just different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different from what we're used to over here.
Right.
You know, like how crazy you got to wear the white gi, right?
Yeah.
What else gi do you?
Blue.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I'm right there with you.
I don't want to get into that weird jiu-jitsu community politics thing.
Right.
But
I can't stand it, honestly.
It's dumb.
I can't stand it.
I have 2 gis that, you know, that were from Hawaii that mean something to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a part of me. I can't wear that. I'm like, what? You know, like, it's just, I don't know.
I get the black gi, like... They always talk about, like, you can't wear the black gi. And I'm like, I can do that. Like, that black gi is kind of like, oh, that's very intimidating looking, you know. I'll give you that. But to narrow it down to white and blue, like, I don't know if I told Dave this, but I thought it. I was like, I respect the hell out of you. I just do not agree with this policy, you know. And, I mean, I bought 2 new gis, a white gi and a blue gi, so I keep training.
How much was that?
Fucking a lot of money.
Yeah.
Fucking
ridiculous.
Well, I'd already bought a gunmetal gray and a navy blue one, and
I saw that navy one was dope.
Oh, there's both. Yeah. They're both Origin. You know, they're both awesome. And I'm like, I can't wear these now.
Yep.
But I mean, I respect the hell out of Dave, and I like training. I like training there. It's a good crowd. It's a good gym. But yeah, I don't like it either.
I'm gonna have a little group, and we'll put MMA gloves on, and it's basically no gi with gloves on.
You're
not really throwing, but like, dude, it's just, it opens up your mind.
Yep.
Like, to me, I don't really like gi anymore, unless I'm rolling some like jack dude that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, so I can just hold him still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because if he's just can grab you and throw, you know,
right.
It's just it's a different look and just different feeling.
Do you remember Patrick? I can't think of his last name. Purple belt
Garcia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pat.
I just talked to him.
Nice.
He might be
all right.
Yeah, they might be moving back.
What the hell, really?
Yeah. Dude, right?
I would be excited, but also he lives in such a beautiful place.
Right?
Yes, dude. His
pictures are fire.
He's always smoking so much weed in the middle of nature. And it's like, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
But I would like to have you back. When he was here, before he left, so this would be 2018, 2019, I came up to him like, you know what? We should do some combat jiu-jitsu. He's like, okay. Terrible. He was just like
all over me, dude. Okay.
All over me. But it was awesome because it did open me up quite a bit.
Right.
Because there's those positions where you feel like you're safe. You get in the guard. You're like, I'm gonna hang out here for a second.
Yeah.
Catch my breath. That never happened.
No.
I would get there and all of a sudden there'd be like fists in my face. Like, oh, now I have to address this shit.
And then what's that saying? You know, like, you know, he could be a brown belt. Then you start throwing punches, and that brown belt drops down to a white belt.
That's true, man. I mean, maybe not that big of a drop.
I don't think it's that big of a drop.
It does something to you.
If you're a brown belt, you know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Even purples, the blues should know that. They should be scrappy enough. Like, I don't want to give you know, if you're on top of me, I want you more closer to me, especially if you're throwing bows. I don't want you way out, giving you distance where you can hit me in the, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm bringing you to me.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna short elbow you or you know whatever.
Right. Go from there.
But I want Greg to do combat jiu-jitsu really bad. I think
he'd be good at it.
Yeah, he'd kill it.
He'd be good.
He's just, you know, I think he's 40.
He is?
Yeah, dude.
My God, talk about good genetics.
Yeah, right.
The hell.
It's his hairline. Like,
perfect.
I think he
hairline.
spends like $1,000 in hair products. You know, he always like, man, just don't mess up my hair. You know?
Really?
Oh, bro.
He always, you know, I love Greg, and I say this with all due respect. He had that Metro thing about him, you know. I'm like, you pretty boy.
Yeah.
And then he'd put me in an arm choke thing, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
And that's why, like, we always
to roll
tease,
with.
like, when he comes over, dude, we have like, a couple beers while we're rolling. You know what I mean? It's beer and jiu-jitsu,
I've rolled
dude.
with Greg many times
Yeah.
and been like, that's alcohol. And he still tests me out.
I mean, his dog smells like beer.
Yeah. He's so cool. His post on Instagram, first off, he's like a nomad, or he was. I think he's he's nailed down now. But he was like driving around in his Tacoma with his puppy, and he was flipping tires for a while out in the middle of nowhere, which was super cool. And then he started training with you, and that got me like, I'm like, yeah, because I knew Greg and I knew he was good and everything. I was like, oh, Greg is expanding his skills, And watching him train with you was awesome, because not only was he training striking with you guys would turn around and do some jiu-jitsu together, which was like, oh, I want to be there.
We would probably he would show me his favorite things, and then we would roll for almost 45 minutes to an hour.
Really?
And then it would just vice versa. He'd put on gloves, and then he would just try to get his heart rate up.
Right.
And teaching him, just in case somebody comes at him at Walmart or something, Like,
that's what I'm always thinking about, dude.
Oh,
Right.
there's some weird shit out there.
There is some weird
weirdos.
shit.
I don't. You can maybe beat somebody's ass, but you can't beat up a gun or like
that's a whole nother.
so scary. These guys just don't care.
Yeah. Theron told a story on the last podcast that we did. It was dealing with, I don't remember what level of baseball it was, but this umpire wasn't calling very good or something. Made some really questionable calls, and like maybe one or two got away with it, but he just kept doing it. Theron calls him out and like chews his ass, like, dude, let him play, or whatever he said. And something that Theron said was, he's like, I don't know quite why I did that, but I felt confident. Like, what's going to happen? Is he going to come over the fence and beat my ass? Like, well, I can handle it. And in that moment, like when he told that story, I'm like, I can't. I don't have that confidence,
Right, well, yeah.
I would be insecure. Yep. Like if he came over, I would go back to every kung fu movie I've ever seen, and be like, the distance. Do I do distance? Would I just be like, oh God, and my breath works all out of control or whatever? Like I'm getting riled up thinking about it right now. But that was one huge aspect when he said that. Like I was secure in whatever was going to happen.
And so you're a big dude too, right?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, there's more little guys out there that try bigger guys just because. You know what I mean? I think all this what I do, like, it actually keeps me more calm
100%
in situations.
100%.
I think when my daughter turns 5, I'm putting her ass in gymnastics and wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean,
my gymnastics just strength.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Even when my boy's that age, I'll put him in gymnastics.
Yeah. Oh, you having a boy?
We're having a boy.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, congrats.
I'm pumped.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And and she's with me at the gym almost all the time when I'm doing my one-on-ones. If my wife's working, she's with me, and she's always like, "Daddy, I want to punch." And so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Having kids, and you just, as a father, you just want to make sure that they're going to be okay.
Absolutely.
Look at Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
He shot a guy.
Yeah.
Right? So he shot the guy's dad accidentally. I guess he was aiming at that guy. I don't know him, but...
Did he kill the other guy?
He killed somebody. He didn't kill anybody.
Oh, he didn't kill anybody.
It was attempted murder.
Oh.
Because his daughter was molested at her daycare by this woman's son. It's like in his 50s. Just a scumbag. Joe Rogan said it perfectly.
I saw that.
Did you see that? He says, I just wish that Cain would have pulled him out of the truck and fucking
beat him
killed
to
him.
death.
Yeah, beat him to death.
With his hands, yeah.
I mean, we all talk about what we would do. He just did it. Like, I mean, yeah, he effed up the future if he gets sentenced. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You hurt her more than you actually helped her, just because you're going to be gone for 20 years.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
I would like to think I'd keep a cool, collected head, then waited for him, and then and he vanished.
You're right.
Cut his nuts off, do whatever,
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because we'll both be in court with this podcast.
My bad.
This is a video game we're talking about. It's just fun. Yeah, that one, it makes
Scary.
you think of Boondock Saints type stuff, like Does anyone care? Maybe the mom.
Right.
I don't care. I think it's a tough question. And plus, you have a daughter, so you can put yourself there.
Yeah, dude.
I have to make believe it, but my God, I couldn't imagine the emotion.
Like even with a couple of my buddies, they have daughters that I love too. You know what I mean? Like Kyle, like our daughters are the same age. Then he has a little ornery little turd in the middle. And now that he just had a boy, and so our boys are gonna be the same age.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny, but like something happened like that with him. I mean, if he's like, "Hey, man, like I need your help with something."
Yeah.
Whose car are we taking? I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, I would say most. I don't know the actual percentage, but most murders I don't think get solved.
Right.
Right. I mean, the ones that make CIA, FBI, like.
We see most of these people that work for the law enforcement.
Exactly right.
I got some good friends in law enforcement. Like,
yeah,
100%. I support them. Just
for
some
sure.
of these guys though, you're just like, what the hell?
Well, people's minds are warped because of the TV,
right?
Because all those NCIS and CIA or whatever they are, and they always solve the case, or they almost always solve the case. They always have DNA evidence. They always have some sort of security footage. It's like. This is so handpicked. Like this is the one case they did solve. The 999 other cases, they just got filed away.
Yeah,
because it ain't
cold case.
Cold case. Yeah, they don't come back up.
Terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Like, man, you just see those stories where those kids getting taken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You watch True Detective season 3?
Oh yeah, I watch them all.
Just like that.
Yeah. So like that, I would like to think in my head that I'm Liam Neeson. And I just go and I kill everybody, but like, where would you even start with that?
If she's gone?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just
oh my God.
I make myself almost throw up thinking
not
about that
good,
shit.
Dude. That is not a good place to be, to not be able to even know where to begin. That's not good.
Yeah, dude.
I met a guy, it's been a while, it's been during COVID. He was at a buddy's house and he was dressed up in like military garb. He's got a good posture and everything. We get to talk, and I was like, what do you like do? I can't remember the exact title, but basically he works for a group in the area that do they don't do child trafficking. They fight child trafficking. And man, he was a fucked up dude, man.
Yeah.
Like he scared me.
Yeah.
He had this thing about him, like he would kill.
We need people on our side that do that.
Oh, I was happy. I was like, you do your thing, man, because I'm not doing it, and I don't know nobody that's doing it. But you go find the people that are doing it, and you take care of it, because I'm not strong enough to do that.
Always, in my mind, I would think I would love to do something like that. But then I don't want to be on those shitbags' radar, and bring that crap back home. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna be that little nobody in my corner.
Just be the normal
my family.
guy.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Did you get fired up about the Ukraine? I definitely did. Should I call the enlistment?
Oh, did you see Bryce Mitchell's post fight?
I saw the Federal Reserve, but I didn't.
It was what he said. They asked him about the war. He just, dude, it's so good.
Should I pull it up?
You should look it up.
That's the first time I ever was exposed to Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce is such a cool kid.
Like,
but he basically
they call him this. They called him like the star of the star of Arkansas or something like that. The pride of Arkansas is what they call him. I'm like, whoa, what? Huh?
But him and TJ Brown are both from Arkansas. Both super good dudes. Basically, he said that I ain't going to these other wars and fighting for people. Because keep going down. It's in his post. Oh, you already did. He's like, but if the fight comes to me, I'm gonna, bury my boots in Arkansas soil. And
really?
He says, and I will fight.
Congratulations on a very impressive victory over.
Let me look.
Right after the fight, I just said that how much I respected him.
He is.
I shared it on my Facebook story.
Oh, nice.
I feel like I want.
He cracked me up. They're like, "What have you been doing?" He's like, "Working on my farm and training."
And not to. He could not hold the center.
I'm gonna send this to you. Cool.
I mean, no disrespect, but he just doesn't look like a fighter. I watched him last night, and he killed, but he just looks like a normal.
Bro, he's a stud.
Bro, he just looks like a normal dude. Just
I didn't roll with him, but we went to
Living
train with
life.
him at Westside MMA,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so funny because it was so funny because that's when Theron was still doing MMA. I sent it to your Facebook.
Nice. Oh, you sent it to my Facebook?
Yeah, sorry. And I think he needed a partner or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, take him. And Theron got tapped out like, he says only 3 times in 3 minutes. I mean, it was more like 8, but it was so. He's just a stud.
Man, he really impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't quite sure what to expect with him, and I was super impressed.
Another one is his training partner, TJ Brown.
Which you hang out with TJ quite a bit.
Yeah, I know him more than Bryce. He's just a good dude, man. Good father. But just like I said, just a good, cool kid.
Yeah.
Very, very polite. And
can't remember this fucking password.
you're not even typing, bro.
I know. I'm all over the place. Okay. Son of a bitch. Can you send it to my Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm logged in on the Instagram. Oh yeah, nice. I see that you posted the podcast.
Mm-hmm. All right, boom. Oops.
Yeah, so TJ Brown, he's fought in the UFC,
Right.
or does fight in the UFC, and he's from Arkansas.
Yep.
Are there any other big fighters from Arkansas? Just these two, that come to mind.
Yeah. There we go. Just those two, really. I mean, they're the big.
That's cool.
Big ones.
Nice.
I'm not saying there's not more. Just
Right.
those two come out to mind just because, I've been around them. They're actually just cool kids.
Also,
Right.
the whole Russia and Ukraine situation.
Oh, nice.
Here's my first thought is I'm not going nowhere to fight none of these wars for these politicians. I'm staying at home, and when the war comes to Arkansas, I will dig my boots in the ground, and I will die for everything I love, and I will not retreat. If this country's invaded and everybody's saying, well, we gotta evacuate, we gotta leave, I will not. I will dig my boots in the Arkansas soil, and I will fight for the people that I love, for the land that I love, and the way of life that I love. But I'm not going overseas to fight. I don't know what's going on. To be honest, brother.
That's
I really don't.
amazing.
There's so much stuff, and I don't think nobody knows what's going on fully. There's been so much political corruption in that area. You got Biden and his
See, I heard
son
this
making a
part.
shit
I
ton
caught
of
that
money
part.
off of and using our tax dollars to bribe their people. That's treasonous, in my opinion. So you got Hunter Biden and his son using our tax dollars. Hey, if Ukrainian government, if you don't do this, we're taking your tax dollars. He shouldn't be giving our tax dollars to that country anyway. We got veterans out here.
That's
swimming on the street,
amazing.
and you're gonna give our freaking tax
Look how
dollars
fired up he
to
is.
Ukrainians and all. Brother, I don't know what's going on over there.
He's-
but
brother,
I'm
I don't
not going
know.
over there fighting, and God bless anybody that's over there fighting, and I hope that this shit just gets solved.
And that's not.
Man, I don't like war.
That's how he talks.
You know what I mean? I don't want
That's how
people
TJ
dying and all
talks.
that stuff. I don't want to be-
He does?
Oh yeah,
Really?
dude.
What's going on? There's
His
so much stuff that I think
TJ's son
corrupted
is
that
such
we
a
just
good
don't
kid.
know what's
He's a
true.
little
That's
stud.
amazing.
He plays, he's a baseball player.
Yeah.
He plays piano, plays the guitar. I mean, the kid is just
Really?
brilliant.
Wow.
I even told him a long time ago. I was like, dude, I'll adopt your son if anything ever happens to you. And he said, bet.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He's a good kid.
Wow.
And he just country drawl kind of. But, they also, when I was in Hawaii, they all said I talked really weird.
Really?
They're like,
Got a
"Geez,
twang.
where are you from? Like,
Yep.
yeah, they couldn't believe it.
I had a little bit of something when I moved to California.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I can kind of tell, and then by the end of it, I don't think you have one now, and I don't feel like I have one.
I don't think so.
But you go to, what do they sound like in Hawaii? Is it like slower because everything's more relaxed, or?
I mean, if I do impressions, they just think I make fun of them.
Right.
I'm just stupid Holly after that.
Right. But it's more of like a
They call it,
like
it's pigeon talk.
pigeon talk.
They're like, if I'm saying "what's up, guy" to you, they're saying "hoi, guy."
Hoi?
Hoi.
Hoi. I like that.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was funny because like after 2 years, like me and my wife would, pick up bits and pieces, and my mom and dad would even be like, "Yo, you sound like an idiot." You know
What
I
are
mean?
you
Like,
talking about?
And so it was hard. Then living there almost 5 years, and then coming back here,
Right.
and dealing with all this craziness again, like we literally like, let's talk about Hawaii real quick. This is free advertisement for people. You know what I mean? Like this is, if you guys go to any other island, you're retarded. You need to go to Kauai. Everybody wants to go to Oahu. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, we're going to Hawaii. All right, which one? You know, Hawaii. All right, well, there's 7 islands, so there's actually more than 7, but 7 you can visit. You got Big Island, you got Maui, you got Molokai, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Kauai is where I lived.
That's where they filmed Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They filmed, so, since you brought that up, first Jurassic Park where the T-Rex breaks free, right? And the storm's going. That was actually Hurricane Nikki. And they filmed that crap there.
Oh,
and then Spielberg actually got shot out of there right after they shot that scene because it was so bad.
Oh, like they picked him up and were like...
Oh, yeah. They're like, first guy to get out of there was evacuated with Spielberg.
Dude,
yeah,
that's funny that you say that because I have this book that I bought when I was a kid called The Making of Jurassic Park.
Oh, cool.
And they have a whole chapter on it blowing through, and they have a bunch of pictures from set where set stuff got destroyed.
Yeah, destroyed.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And then it was cool, so I lived there when they did Jurassic World.
Okay.
And so you saw the cars and Jeeps drive by and stuff.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. You see the props way out there and stuff. And a lot of my guys, for extra money, they do extras.
Yep.
To cast an extra. You know, I've always wanted to do it, but I worked on boats, so I was, 4 days on, 2 days off.
Yeah.
And these guys usually need you for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
And our bosses would never let us. So
Right.
it sucked, but, like I wanted to be Chris Pratt's double.
Yeah, right? You definitely could do it.
And then they said, yeah, dude, you just got to make sure you grow like to 6'2" and actually put on 40 pounds of muscle. I'm like,
Got it.
deal. Let's
See you
do
in 2
this.
weeks.
No, it was cool. They filmed like the series Lost there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the acting, though, they had to go do it on Oahu because Hurricane Nikki destroyed all the chicken farms. And so there's chickens just all over the island.
Oh, just wild.
Just
running
wild.
around.
Every morning I'd wake up and just open my door, and my 2 dogs would just run out the front yard and chase probably about 30 to 60
shit.
chickens. Just,
Oh, wow.
just that's what I'm used to listening to. Like, I told my wife, I'm like, dude, we need a rooster. I miss hearing.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. It was the thing. My dad thought that was the coolest shit when he would come over and visit. My dad would visit, take his vacation, just come to Hawaii,
Right.
and then beg me not to take off work.
Oh, yeah.
Because he'd jump on the boat with me.
Really?
I'd get him
He
on the
wanted
boat
to come
for free. Oh,
to
yeah.
work with you.
And so it was cool
Wow.
because he's like, there's people barfing all over the place, and he's over there
Seasick?
having his coffee and just eating. He's like, this is fucking awesome.
Right.
He thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And it was. I saw some really cool shit over there. Like, to me, that's where I kind of like me and my wife were always from Pittsburgh, Kansas, just to get up and move, and then tell we'll be back in a year, which ended up in 5 years. Like, we lived in like a room smaller than this, for a whole year.
Yeah.
Just to do it, and then we started making big kid money.
Yeah.
And then we got our own house, we got our
Nice.
dogs. Like, it was cool. I literally lived, you got all these new kids that would come work on the boats because that was the thing to do. You got all these ding dongs that would come and just think it was either a party or just pissed off that they didn't want to pick up people's trash or fuck, I don't want to do this today. It's like, we literally got paid to be on people's vacations.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I tell these kids, like, get your heads out of your asses. Like, we got, it's like Disney World,
Yeah.
for these tourists. I don't care, the cultures were different.
Yeah.
Like, people from India were a little bit different. How they were.
Oh, so you're getting global.
Oh my
global
gosh, dude.
vacations.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
They were more, they were pretty rude, right? So it's like, the women were definitely in charge, and the guys were kind of like just like their servants, and like I've had so many people just
Pussy
snap
strong,
at
bro.
me. It's just like,
Okay.
boy, just like, and they would never listen to you.
Yeah.
So they would always be barfing all the time.
You're just like, I told you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What'd you
dude.
tell them to not barf?
So they would like to sit inside the cabin. They're like,
And that's not a good
dude,
spot. to
no,
sit.
that's the worst spot.
Yeah.
Worst spot because you don't get airflow.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
more rocky.
Yeah.
They need to be in front of the boat, get the breeze in the.
Yeah.
And I was teaching this one kid. I was training him on the boat. It's the first day. Told this gentleman, several times. You're gonna get sick. You are getting sick. Like let's move, and just get the F away from me. Just kind of push me away. I'm like, God. So then I was like, oh, dude, let me show you this picture. I caught, a fish the other day. He's like, all right, cool. So the guy's back's towards me and my buddy Rob, and we're looking, and he just turns around and barfs on me and Rob inside my backpack, everything. And just then I just worked at the sheriff's department then before I moved there. Wrist locked, took him to the back of the boat, sat him there. He's like, can I get a napkin for my face? I'm like, you just sit here and just chill out, dude. Right. Told you so many times. Like,
we could have prevented this.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have done that either. But, that's the time we got freshwater hoses right there, and I'd take it, I'd shoot him in the face to wash his mouth out,
Right.
We also had a green hose that was salt water.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if... this is mean. But if, like, they were, like, just pricks the whole time and just jerks, and they're getting sick, and, like, drink, go get some water, rinse your water out. They're like, all right. They'd go take the saltwater hose and shove it in their mouth. And then they end up throwing up even more. Oh, my God. It was so funny.
But sometimes people deserve
They
that
deserve
shit.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like I'm throwing them overboard.
No.
We had one girl jump overboard.
Because she was so seasick?
No, because she was just a psycho. I think she was on shrooms.
Oh, jeez.
So we a lot of hippies, right? You get
How
your
far are you going
dippies.
out? Miles?
So we get away when we dump the heads and stuff. We have to get out with, like, I think 2 or 3
You're
miles.
chumming?
Yeah, well, we got to dump our heads. So, like, that's the bathroom. So you're dumping all the piss and shit way out in the channel, right?
I see.
So it's away from the land and everything.
Right, yeah.
We don't really chum. Well, we can't, Anyways,
allegedly.
But we do get really close to the island so they can take their pictures, and then you get your movie theater spot, shots and all that stuff. You got to do all that. Then you take a wide angle and you go all the way out, and then we get about probably 5 miles or even farther. Like, we've had some times where we couldn't even snorkel by the island because it stormed that night, or you know what I mean. So it's dark, mucky water. Who wants to swim in that crap?
Yeah, no telling what's in there.
You fucking don't. So we'd let them jump off into, like, the big, like, we call it, I just went blank, the channel, sorry. And it's super deep over there and stuff. And so we'd go out there and let them jump out. So we were actually coming back, and this lady is just on a spiritual trip.
Oh, jeez.
She's like, I don't need this boat anymore. And I just saw this bitch just fucking flip over, dude.
Oh, my God.
Not even graceful. Her, like, she went to go jump and her foot got caught. Where, our motors are still.
How fast you moving?
We were going about, I don't know, 20 knots probably. Just
pretty fast?
Yeah. We're going.
Yeah.
We got the sail out.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm yelling at the captain, man overboard.
Yeah.
Man overboard.
Yeah.
And he just, shit. He's go get her, Mosburg. And I'm like, I'm a kid from Kansas.
Yeah.
I got this Hawaiian kid that's terrified of the water.
Really?
Dude, I met some Hawaiian kids that just don't fish, don't do nothing. They just stay on the island. Yeah.
And what?
I don't know. Just be
Hang
weird,
out?
I guess. Mostly gamers are probably just like,
do you know where you live, dude?
I took that surfboard. I'm out there. And
Yeah.
I know we're in the channel. So we're in the deep, dark blue. And I'm just going after this bitch that's just backstroking and having the time of her life.
Oh, my God.
I almost knocked her out.
Because were you nervous?
I was pretty nervous.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah. I think that was like my first or second year where that was like my biggest, like, oh my God. Then, like, when I was already senior crew after that, then one time we ran over a giant cargo net. And
that sounds like a pain in the ass.
And so it just, one of our whole props just got stopped. And so my captain's like, all right, you got to get in there because we're taking some whiplash on the side of the boat, and it's actually putting us into the shore where it's really rough. Oh. It's like, dude, so I got my mask on, I got my goggles, I got my knife, and then I got this, I'm not going to name him, but I got this dive instructor that's an idiot. Everybody that I know from Hawaii knows who he is.
Right.
And so he ties I tied the rope around my waist. I'm like, all right. And I said, did you tie me off? And he's like, does this? That means yes. That's for underwater shit. He's at the top of the boat. Just say yes or no.
Yeah,
we're not underwater,
right.
bro.
Right.
He's putting on a show, like,
Yeah.
he's an asshole. And so I jump in the water, and the current was so ripping.
Oh, wow.
I got ripped, like, I'm under the boat, and I'm holding on. I don't have a tank or anything. I'm trying to grab my knife, and I just see the end of my rope just fly by
Oh
me
my
to the front of the boat, knowing that this idiot didn't tie me off. And then I slip and I go to the front, and I actually broke 2 nails just because I was just
Trying to
climbing.
hold on.
And so I finally I'm cutting, and I can't even. I wish I could make this up. I'm cutting like this. And I just look down. So we're about 30 feet over. You know, crystal clear, beautiful. You know, remember, just because it's rough on top of the water, I mean, it's usually just beautiful underneath.
Right.
And just about 15-foot glop because it's just cruising by, just looking at me, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, all right, let me cut this off before we all die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bring me back for a second.
It was cool. Like, I cut the cargo net off, and I climb up, and you get the whole crowd cheering and stuff.
Nice.
And then I just see that ding dong, just like,
You should have been like,
yeah, dude.
you know.
I should have took my knife.
Yeah, right.
But it was cool. Like, I gotta swim with some cool stuff over there too.
Yeah. Well, I remember the porpoise story. That one was very.
The pilot whales,
The
bro.
pilot whales. Yeah, that one's
Like, so people just don't realize. They think, oh yeah, cool, you lived in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. Most people think I just surfed and stuff. I sucked at surfing. All I did was party, bad, became a hardcore alcoholic.
like going to bars and stuff.
Bro, like every day's a Saturday.
I did. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all my friends were transplants from all over the world.
Right.
And some of them are like family to this day. But so I had 2 types of friends, my boat friends and then the guys that I trained with that were like born and raised on the island. And then I got my boat friends that were just the transplants. And those 2 just don't mix.
What? How come?
They just don't like
because
them.
they're not islanders.
They're not islanders. They're just
haoles.
they think they're just these dipshits that shoot over. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you come over here for our women.
Do you really?
Nah.
We come for the waves, dude.
But they're cool. Just it was different lives.
Just didn't mesh.
No, God no. So like we'd go to like their Halloween parties, right? They'd have these huge badass Halloween parties.
Yeah.
And we'd go and we'd party and stuff, and I'd always be with my boat friends, but like they get out of hand, and then you get one of my boys from the gym like, you know, what's up, Kansas? And that's what Ryan was too long of a name to pronounce, so they called me Kansas. And they were like, oh, are these your guys? And then like it was cool. Like
Right.
I was with that in crowd where,
Right.
And then when TJ got to go over there, which was so cool to bring him over there and fight a kid that I used to train with. The kid, I was like, he's a monster. But here's Hawaii for you. They're so set back in their times. We were going over for an MMA fight. We got there to learn that TJ's doing a pro kickboxing fight because that kid didn't want to do a kick. Well, shit, we're already over here.
Right.
Like,
what do you do?
look at TJ and he's like, oh, screw it, And
it
it was cool to go to that fight and just, dude, I wish we had he might have an old video.
Didn't Preacher go with you?
Yeah.
Because he filmed a little bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got these big old drums, boom,
That's
boom, when they walk out. And it was neat because I had all my boat friends there. There's like 30 of them just screaming loud and just act like idiots. And then you got all the local boys. You know what I mean? And so it was kind of cool. I was teasing TJ too about it. I'm like, yeah, you know how you're like in Joplin, this is how I am like here.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
The cage was probably the size of this table.
Oh my god. Here we go.
They call it, it's a banger cage, bro.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
Like TJ's arm, he could just do that and touch the sides basically.
Why?
It was small.
Why is it so small?
Yeah, dude, because it's like a human cockfight. Which they have tons of illegal cockfights there still on this island. Like, I mean,
all the chickens are feral. It's
dude,
like,
100%.
who cares?
And then you got the chickens in the mountains that will eat anything. And then you got the chickens by McDonald's or KFC that will only eat McDonald's and KFC.
Oh, domesticated.
Yeah.
The weaklings.
Yep. Then you know which Filipinos are living where they're living at because they'll just have huge chicken coops in their front yard, and you'll see the ladies out there just chopping their stuff off.
Oh, it's free food, right?
Free food.
Hell yeah.
Yep, 100%. And then they tease you about like the H&L, I think it's called, barbecue or whatever, the Hawaiian barbecue. They're like, dude, they never run out of chicken. Why do you think that? I mean, they're literally just slaughtering those things. Like,
Right.
They're about 10 years behind our civilization. Like, they literally just got a Target. My wife's pissed. Are you kidding me? Now they
We've
got a
lived
Target?
there for 5 years.
It's bullshit.
Just because they're on the island, they're just remote. Like, you
just
guys got
remote.
internet, right? They have internet.
Yeah, we had internet. Like, we had all that. Like, gallon of milk was $9 a gallon. Like, we literally have everything. Just like, it was weird. Like, their Ross they had a Ross there, and that was like our favorite place to shop here. But we won't even go to any of these Rosses because they suck. I think.
Right.
It's weird. I don't know. Like they got better stuff over there.
Right.
Though, eventually.
Yeah.
Like Kmart was like a big thing over there,
Nice.
and that's the what closed, and then it became the Target.
Oh, okay.
And then I got one of my best friends. They're going to be getting married hopefully pretty soon. That we'll be going back. And I'm pumped. Like I can't wait. And I already got threatened. Like if you leave the babies, you're gonna die.
Your children?
Mm-hmm.
If you leave just bring them along.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like they.
Leave them while you're there.
Yeah. No. They all my friends want us to bring our kids, which we're going to.
They want to meet the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't leave them behind.
I mean, I got people there that are just friends, but you call them, uncles. You know, this is your uncle, this is your auntie, whatever. And
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that kind of culture.
one of my buddies was Samoan, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come over for family night?" Because Mandy worked night times. I'm like, "Hell yeah!" You get there. You hear all the ruckus inside, and you're looking. There's like 30 pairs of just slippers everywhere, which they call them slippers or sandals, and it's just take your shoes off, come inside, and you go inside, and just these women just put food in your, they just love me.
Yeah,
I'm the guest. I'm not a family. I'm the guest.
Right,
and
clearly.
He eats first.
Oh wow,
It was cool.
that is cool.
And like the respect there, like you show them respect, like. It's truly just a different place. Like I call it Neverland. Like it's just that's where you go to never grow up. Basically, we moved away because we needed to grow up.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like it would have been cool to have a kid. A lot of our friends are having kids. They're just like it's so cool having my mom and dad so close and being a
100%.
grandpa. You know what I mean? Like I would
it's very
never.
important.
If I could go back and like if I could live there during the winter time and come back like. That's our goal in life. Like, we're gonna try to find something
for seasonal.
Yeah, I mean, they already told me they'd hire me there. I just need to know, like, what would you do with our house? Like, could my wife do it?
Well, she's a nurse, right? So that's pretty. I would say that's pretty transferable. Somewhat traveling nurse or whatnot. That's
good.
Yeah, the Four Roses.
Yeah. I just, that's us leaving our dog for a winter too, and we love our dog.
Can't take your dog.
Bro, it's so hard taking a dog there.
Because
they freak out about everything. So it's like rabies and all this stuff. So your dog has to be quarantined for almost 4 months.
Holy shit!
On the mainland before they even ship her over.
Even if you're like, here's all the vaccinations and oh my god.
And I would never, dude. I can barely leave my dog by herself for more than 4 hours. Like
4 months.
Yeah,
there's no
that
way.
dog sleeps with me. She, eats with me.
Yeah.
When I open my gym, guess what? If I ever open in a gym, you know what I mean?
You will.
I think I will.
Oh, that's all I thought about as I was driving home. That's all I thought about.
My dog can sit wherever the hell she wants because you know what? It's her gym too.
Gym dog.
Yeah, and that's what I told Greg. I'm like, you bring your dog anytime you want. Like, that's my goal. But man, yeah, dude, it would be hard. But it took, she cost more to ship back over here than my truck did.
Oh, you shipped your truck?
Yeah. So this is my first truck I ever bought for myself, right?
The one you drove up today?
Yep.
You bought it in Hawaii?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So that's why I kept all those stickers and stuff. Like people just look at my truck, they're like, "Ah, dang, that's a bunch of stupid stickers." But if you look at that whole back bumper, it's all Hawaii stuff that actually means to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, which I'll show you when we're done with this. But the truck costs $1,500 to ship over.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Right.
Like
the dog was like $2,200.
That's unreasonable.
Because she's a dangerous breed.
What? The little pit bull thing? The one that came up to me?
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
So
she's a little overweight, but she's a sweet. You know what I mean? Like,
she's well, bro.
She's healthy.
And that's the thing that I feel bad for because, dude, she was at the beach every day running with me. You know what I mean? Oh my god. Yeah. And I brought that, dog to these cold ass winters, and she's like, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, she's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, but she's good. I mean, she likes playing around the water and stuff. But
was your daughter born in Hawaii? No, afterwards.
We actually had my wife was pregnant, and she actually had a pretty crappy miscarriage over there. And that was kind of the other reason why we're like, let's just fucking go home.
Really?
Let's just go back. Yeah. Really? A lot of people don't know that.
Why did you move there in the first place?
So my aunt lived over there.
Okay.
And so when I was like, I was in my early 20s. I was in college. we
You
kind
were
of
studying
reconnected.
real hard.
I was studying so hard, bro. Nah, I was just trying to survive the weekend.
Right.
That day. She was just kind of hit me up out of the blue.
Your wife?
My aunt.
Oh, your aunt.
And so I don't remember seeing her since I was like 3.
Yeah.
I don't think I even met the kids. You know what I mean? Like, and so I went over there she's like, come for the summer. I was like, yeah, right. She's like, no, seriously. I'm like, all right. And I told my girlfriend at the time, I was like, you want to go to Hawaii for the summer? Place to stay.
What kind of question is
I
that,
know.
dude?
And she said, yeah. And we went, dude. And my aunt had bad Crohn's disease at the time. So I was like taking her kids to school, which my cousins, you know, bonded really well with them and stuff. And so it was like me taking care of them for the summer. My wife just kind of finding herself. We came back for school after that. Then the next summer I went back and my wife stayed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, well,
That's
I guess
a big...
so you don't know how, like, that's when I knew. I was like, I can't live my life without her.
That feeling.
Was the first week without her.
Oh, right.
Right? And so this little shit, she actually surprised me the second week and came and stayed for a whole month. And so, like, my aunt was, like, getting groceries, and I went downstairs to help her with the groceries and came back, and Manny was actually sitting on the couch. And, bro, like, my heart, like, I, like, almost fainted. I felt like I got hit with a body shot or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, she's my ride or die.
That's I was going to say, that's a pretty clear sign.
Mm-hmm.
So she stayed in Hawaii, and you went back.
No, I stayed with her.
No, I mean, but for that small moment
So she
of
stayed
time.
for a month with me.
Right.
And then she moved. She went back.
I
And
got
then
you.
I stayed all the way through August.
Right.
And then we went back that December, and I proposed to her
Nice.
at her favorite beach.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Which is what beach?
Moloa'a.
Moloa'a.
So that's where they filmed like Gilligan's Island and shit, and like
nice.
deplane.
Okay.
And, you know, Fantasy Island. They
Yeah.
filmed all that right there.
Okay.
And now it's like you can't even notice it because there's so many condos on it.
Oh, man.
Just, you know, you
Yeah.
got Karens all over the place, bro.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's dope spot. And then that one year I think we were, you know, I proposed to her. We were engaged. We finally moved in together in Pittsburgh. Had our own thing. I was still in my shithead days. Like I was
Studying hard.
just stupid stuff I was doing. But I was also training boxing.
Why? Just because you're young? Is it
Young,
just young
just-
type stuff?
I think it was the small town thing. This is my city kind of crap mentality.
You think you're trying to prove yourself?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I didn't like frat boys, which I like a lot of them now. Just I didn't like most of them in
didn't mesh.
Pittsburgh. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they're just dicks at the bar. Like, and I knew how to fight, so like it was just like, oh, that's easy.
Right.
And then I started really training hard, and then I kind of left that crap alone, which I never got in trouble.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And I aged my wife probably than my parents, you know, but I knew again she was my, you know, she
Pretty
stuck
clear.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I told her I wanted to move to Hawaii. I said, just try it for a year. She just graduated nursing school. You know, she's, you know, wasn't a nurse yet.
Yeah.
She just graduated. I said, let's move after we just got married.
Yeah.
So we went to Jamaica.
Perfect time to do it.
Oh
honestly.
my God, dude. We
Yeah.
sold everything we got from our wedding.
Oh, wow.
And I remember I was with my dad at the time. I was at the sheriff's department, and I was eating lunch with him and said, hey, we're going to, me and Mandy are moving. He's like, oh, okay, cool.
Are you across town?
Yeah.
You going
Well, like,
you
and
going
I
to
said-
Joplin?
I said, we're going to move to Kauai. Let me just try. I got to try it out for a
Kauai
year.
Street?
And he just looks at me, and he's like eating his cheeseburger, and he's like, all right, you know. And just, you know, so many people are like, oh, you'll be back in 2 months. You'll be back in this.
Fuck you. You fuck those people.
They're just in
I
this
had the
bubble.
same thing, dude, when I was talking about California.
Yeah.
You know how much rent is out there? Yes, I do. Yes. You'll be back.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I won't. No. I will kill myself before I come back because of that damn comment.
Yep.
I don't understand that sort of mentality. Mm-hmm. It's a complete negative, like you're just barfing negativity on me. The people that were encouraging, like, that's awesome. I lived there once, or I know a guy that lives there, was so much more encouraging than you'll be back.
So I had so many people always hit me up like, dude, I lived through your stories on Facebook.
yeah,
You know what I
nice.
mean? Which
Yep,
is cool.
100%.
And then when I moved back, I had some of the same people like, dude, I don't even like this one guy. I unfriended you just because, you know, like you're back in Pittsburgh, so it's like not even cool to look at your stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not a friend.
I was like, all right, cool, dude.
No.
Like, I mean, I could
Right.
care less anyways.
Right.
But
Who are you?
yeah, no, if I have any advice for any of these young kids, like, go move away, go do something. Like my little cousin, her and her boyfriend just finally moved to Florida, and she's just like, homesick and shit. And
Yeah.
she finally came back, drove back, grabbed her dog, went back, and now she looks like I said, just suck it up, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And now looks like she's having the time of her life over there, making killer money.
Well, it takes a while to go through the progression.
Yep.
Somebody told me that when you move, the first month is a vacation, the second month is a trip, and the third month is when it hits you. Fuck, this is
that
different.
first month when we moved, finally fully moved, which we already saving money because we were living with my aunt.
Right.
My aunt is just one of the coolest.
And you both are from Pittsburgh.
Right. So she is one of the coolest, most free-spirited women.
What's her name?
Her name's Aunt Sarah.
Aunt Sarah.
And she just, she's definitely a hippie. You know what I mean? Like, but there's two types of hippies. You got your good hippies and you got your stinky hippies.
Yeah.
The stinky hippies suck because they just come over and they're freeloaners. They just try to, and they're just more.
There's a way different vibe.
Yeah,
off the
100%,
stinkies,
dude. Yeah. Hashtag stinky. Like,
yeah, right.
And
Stinky
so
hippie.
it was cool because we, to us, she's like, hey, I got a room for you. I'm like,
Right.
hell yeah. So we get there with all our stuff, and I walk into their door. That's the first thing I see is this other really pretty blonde girl in there. She's like, hi, my name's blah. I'm staying on the couch for this week. And you're like, my wife's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's just, we're not used to that. We're used to where we were adults in Pittsburgh. We had our own house together. Now we have roommates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, did we regress?
Yeah.
Did we go back? Yeah, exactly.
And then we lived with her for a while. Then I went and lived with her daughter, which lived on the other side of the island, which we got a room for you. Just bring all your stuff. Like, you'll love it. And my wife ended up buying a giant California king bed. She's like, dude, you got it for $200 from some rich lady that's only slept in it once. I'm like,
nice.
Cool. We get into this room, dude. It's half the size of this room. So
Right.
you literally open the door, you got to jump on our bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how we lived for the rest of the year.
That's cool.
And it was neat until we finally got our own apartment above this ocean view, above this guy's, this old Japanese guy. And he was such a jerk. He was
really?
a dick. You guys pay on, make sure you keep it down. And then one day, bro, he's just an alky. I saw Budweiser everywhere. And so I brought him a 12-pack with the rent check. Bro, after that,
Cool as shit.
he was our best freaking friend.
It's awesome.
Named Robert. Shout out to Robert.
He spoke his language.
Shout
out to Robert.
Yeah. But when we talked about every day was a Saturday, like, I would work on boats. So you would work on a morning boat, right? And then you'd have all these people from all over the world partying. Right? I'm
on vacation, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm a bartender. And then we'd be around alcohol all day. And then all of a sudden, we dock. Here comes the evening shift crew about to get on, start theirs. And, we're all pumped because we're done for the day.
Right.
These guys are like, fuck, we got to go into
right.
work. And so, and we would clean the boats, swap over, and then boom, they help them get their guests on, and they'd ship off, and we were done. We don't even have to clock out. We had a brew pub right there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the Island
Right over the
Brewery,
dock,
just right there.
That's awesome.
And we'd go there, and we'd see all of our passengers most of the time because they're hungry again.
Yeah.
So they'd buy us drinks
Exactly.
and food, and just, we're just doing one. Turns into four. Then guess what? Hey, somebody just hit us up, called us. They're having a beach bonfire party, and so we were literally just hopped to and it was the coolest thing ever. Of course, when I was that age.
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving right now.
Oh, dude, I got hookups for you. Like,
That sounds
100%,
amazing.
dude.
I
100%.
don't have any kids yet, so.
Do it now.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. But it was cool. And then I got really into jiu-jitsu, and I stopped partying hardcore.
Yeah.
And I was the first white boy to win like a tournament over there. And
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
Yeah, it was
That's
kind of
cool.
cool. And the ref comes up to me because I just beat his nephew. Oh, guy, I know you did wrestling. I said, what? I know you won wrestler. Just because I was just a kind of, I'm stocky. I'm like, never wrestled a day in my life. I said, my friends that actually wrestle in their life would be very pissed off that you call me a wrestler.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
No.
But also, what does it matter? Like, I beat your dude.
Yeah, beat him.
Yeah. If I had some wrestling background,
Yeah.
like,
And then my best
Whoops.
friend, he's a big old tall ginger, Jacob, and he's like, bro, thought I was gonna get a scrap in the stands. I
you
can't.
mean-
But he's like,
because the
bro,
ref approached you?
He's bro, I can't cheer for you because all
Yeah.
these Hawaiians just look at me. I'm like, like, let's go ride.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
he's
Go
like,
White Boy.
yeah, and so he would be in the parking lot waiting for me afterwards, and boom, I'd walk out to celebrate.
Yeah.
He already has beer for me, and me and my wife and him would be drinking in the parking lot, go to Kalapaki Joe's for happy hour.
Yeah.
It's
Well, what's
stupid.
what's the coldest that it gets there?
Coldest I was there when I was over there was probably up in the mountains, like at 53.
Yo, you got to go to the mountains though, right?
Mhm.
So like on the beach, it is literally
Dude,
a
we'd be in the
summer
mountains
evening,
because
Saturday, every day.
The wife she got island fever a little bit and would miss
What's
the.
that?
So it's just like you're really
Oh, you're
it's when
like
it
cabin
hits
fever.
you. Yeah.
You can't get off
And you're
this
like,
island.
Shit, I can't get off this island.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's looks the same route, wears the same stuff.
yeah.
And then we go up to the mountains and stay in a cabin. And it feels good to put on your cowboy boots again, and
Yeah.
our flannels and stuff.
Yeah.
We'd stay up there for the weekend, boom, we start coming down, and then
Yeah.
the degrees just getting up and up,
Yeah,
and then you just
humidity too?
you just
Oh,
rip your
yeah.
clothes off, you
Yeah.
know, and you'd be in the ocean's right there. It's like it was.
Do people live up in the mountains?
Yep, there's
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
Those are some, you know, they're out there, you know.
You're talking to hillbillies of
The
Hawaii,
Hawaii, yeah.
Hawaiian hillbillies,
Uh
which actually sounds like a cool punk band.
huh. Yeah, meth was really bad there too.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's because it's like
I mean, it
island
tasted
fever
good, but
types?
no, I'm just. Nah.
I was like, oh shit. Fair enough.
No, it was
No wonder
just-
you were always partying.
I think it was the island.
yeah.
Just those were those people.
Yo.
You know what I mean? They get addicted to it.
I feel like that's why it's so prominent here because, well, it's hard to argue this because people will say there's nothing to do, which
Right.
I call bullshit. There's like all kinds of shit to do.
Yeah.
If you look.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand, like, yeah, there's not a bar you can go to or no, there's plenty of bars. There's not like a concert every weekend or there's not a comedy act, you know, which, okay, I get it. But I can see how being on the island like that,
Yeah.
that you like, what do we do? We'll snort some of this meth. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I always tell people, you ever want to go to Kauai, all you gotta do is pay for my plane ticket. You'll have a
Yeah?
free tour
Yeah.
guide. I'll show you stuff that tourists will never experience.
Dude, we talked about it on the last podcast, but I might be going in 2022.
Okay.
Because my mentor lives there now. He was in Southern California,
Mm-hmm.
moved to, I want to say Kauai. Does Kauai have a lot of cows?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's like, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Out the back door is just cattle pasture.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
got some. That's where they filmed the big Jurassic opening scene.
Uh-huh.
But he could be on Big Island because they have huge fields as well.
Really? It's one of the other ones. It's like a much smaller
Oh, it is?
community. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's Kauai or Molokai.
I feel like Kauai. It wasn't
Okay.
very hard to... Maui? Maui's a big one.
Maui's bigger than Kauai. Yeah.
I want to say it's Kauai.
Okay.
I want to
That'd
say
be dope.
That would be so dope. That would be so cool. Yeah, he's offered several times. He's actually in Southern California right now doing a discipleship program. And I think he's going to be mainland for a while, but yeah, he's like, anytime we're out there, you can
Dude.
come out there.
I could set you up.
Yeah.
Some of the coolest training. We could bring our black geese. We could bring our purple geese.
Our gunmetal geese.
Our gunmetal geese.
Bro.
Anything. And just get weird with
I'm
it.
about it. See, Devin, I showed you Devin today, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's probably going to do a seminar at Arise.
Oh,
Because
sick.
they won't
Okay.
let him do it at Mac,
Hell yeah,
Gracie
dude.
Mac Club, whatever it's called anymore. But yeah, so that's kind of cool
Yeah.
because Brown's badass,
Oh, I love it.
and yeah, he has no affiliation. So yeah,
Very
so I
cool.
think Devin's gonna do it there.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd probably come to that.
Yeah, Devin's cool, man.
He looks like a cool dude.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks like a
coming on the
stud.
podcast. He is. I didn't get to tell you the story, but I rolled with him like he was just there, and Patrick was good buddies with him. And he was a no-gi pans, something like
okay.
very high.
Yep.
And I'm partial to no-gi, 10th planet type shit. And so I was like, I want to roll with you. And we rolled and had a great time. He tapped me out, maybe twice, but it wasn't his full capability.
Right.
Like he matched me rather than just mowed me over. And he was so complimentary afterwards. He's like, good roll, man. You did this one thing. Made me feel good. And then to come find out after I find out like his history, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What? I rolled with that guy?
Yeah.
But super cool guy. He's coming on in, I want to say, April?
He's coming on the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
before he does the
yeah,
seminar. Yeah. Same with JW. Like JW's going to come on, do the podcast, and then he's going to go do that seminar.
J-Dub was cool, dude.
Dude, so cool. So well spoken. Like all the seminars I've been to, he teaches. He's so good with his words.
Yep.
And about teaching you why and how, and putting it into a story. I mean, that guy is cool and good.
Yeah,
His weapon, huh? Oh yeah, yeah. His is a Mustang.
I think so. Yeah.
Red Mustang. Yeah. His weapons stuff. I filmed a thing in Springfield when he was doing weapons training, which I don't really have an opinion on that. Some people do, some people don't.
Right.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how effective it is, but it's like it's probably better than nothing. You know, to understand. You know, grabbing a pistol and pushing it up.
Right.
You might still get fucking shot, but
You ever see that black dude from Detroit that does all that stuff? And like,
not Jason Love or Jason. God, what's his name?
I don't know. Isn't it?
He got a big beard.
He has a little beard and like a little pencil mustache.
Okay, no, that's not Jason.
And he talks about training, and dude, he's so funny.
Yeah.
And like some of the shit he shows, you're just like, what? And now they got all these like, it shows him doing this technique, and then it shows like this. I forgot this comedian. He's a young black kid. Dude, he is hilarious. And it shows him in the car trying to do the same thing, and it just shows him up in the clouds like,
yes,
what the?
Those are the funniest ones, dude. I've seen so many TikToks like that where they're like,
they're great.
I mean, it's an instant cut.
Right,
They're like, no, and then they're at the pearly gates.
Yeah,
they're amazing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's better to have some sort of idea than nothing. But I don't know, martial arts overall is just good to have.
Man, it's just, I don't know. It makes me, again, calm and comfortable, but just like that's what I love about my wife. She knows I need it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I can't. You just. I think us men and women need something in our lives to make us happy, and that's this for me. Like, I think I need my own place. I think I need to bring some women's kickboxing into Joplin, Missouri. And teach them proper. Like, I hate seeing these videos of these girls and their coach telling them, oh, you're doing a great job, when they look like garbage. You're giving these women false hope to walk outside and just get mugged and raped or whatever.
Right. You think it's more of just like a workout? Like I've seen the workout kickboxing where it's just like, yeah, which is they're drenched in sweat.
Good for them. But
yeah, right.
So if I do mine, I'm gonna call it the same thing, like cardio kickboxing or something. But guess what? If you walk out of that class, you're gonna know how to throw a mean, punch. Like,
and why not?
To break somebody's nose if you actually need to.
Right. I mean, there's no difference. Well, there's no difference in the cardio, but one, you're actually learning a true skill. Like, you are actually learning how to throw a kick, how to stand, how to all that kind of stuff. The other one, you're just moving to the tempo of this techno beat.
Like so this last month, I think I have 4 new people that just wanted to do cardio now. That they look good while they're hitting and stuff. Now they're like, I kind of want to do a fight now.
Yeah. What do you say when they say, I just want to do cardio?
Chill out. Oh,
just pretty much. Well, don't you just ignore it and go like, we're just going to train?
Dude, I got it. Like I said, I got a small group of fighters.
Yeah. That
are like, kin almost. You know what I mean? Then I got a bigger group of people that just like to work out, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm teaching these guys the exact same shit I'm teaching these guys.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like, okay, we'll do cardio, and then you do the same routine. Because, I mean, like what we did today was a fight lesson, and it was absolute true cardio.
Yeah.
I got a good workout in, but I got the lessons of this is how you stand, this is how you throw, 1 2 1 2, all that kind of, the mental workout.
And I'm also giving you that scenario of like, hey.
Yeah.
So if you crack me and I go down for, your legs, you're coming up with an uppercut or a knee or whatever, like next time we can do more elbows and stuff with you. And just, you're going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
I had a great time, dude. A great time. And I liked it because I got to take it and apply it to the guys at the team.
And none of my guys got to do that yet, by the way. That you're like the first experiment to come do a one-on-one lesson and then come and then do another hour and a half of just grappling and training. Like, it's way different than,
thank you. Oh, dude, you called me? I don't even remember. I was driving home from somewhere, and I was just like buzzed. I just called the wife. I'm like, wait, you do anything Sunday? Because I am.
Yeah. So I don't know what I was doing. I was driving somewhere when I just thought of, like, I think I just talked to you on Snapchat a little bit, and I was just like, God, I got to call him. Like, I just have a thing in my head where he can do this and then do that, and then you could talk about it too. Because most people, the first big step to ever doing any combat sport or training is showing the hell up and just getting out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
I still hate going to, like, if I ever go to a jiu-jitsu class, like a full real class, like
Right.
I'll be in front of my inside my truck 30 minutes before class, probably like headbutting the steering wheel just
right.
to try to get amped, because
Right.
that's not really my thing.
Oh, it's your ego trying to
Right.
talk you out
like,
of it.
Oh,
You know?
shit. Like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I'd rather
No.
do anything else.
Yep.
But you get a pair of boxing gloves, that's like that's my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I'm more comfortable teaching, you know. Like, I'm not going to, like you wanted to do southpaw today, and your jab was already really good, which is cool. That just shows me, oh, okay, I got stuff to work at.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're crappy, though, with it, I'm not going to be like, dude, you suck at it. I need to change everything about you.
Yeah.
You know, Theron already kind of had some, you know, he already had one fight, I think,
Oh,
before
yeah.
he came to me.
Yeah.
Zarek's already had fights before he came to me.
Right.
Ben's different because he didn't have anything, so I can mold him myself. And same thing with like Kyle and Corey Hines. They all had fights, and just so he worked off what they had, but I just made it better.
Right.
It's like I'm playing, like, it's a huge adrenaline for me, because
Yeah.
it's like I'm playing a video game. I'm literally
That's what I
controlling your
see it as,
bodies.
too.
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
that as, too,
You ever
yeah.
watch that robot show where they're fighting real steel? And he's controlling these robots. Like, that's, to me, like, in my mind, like, again, I feel all their wins. I'm literally like that
Right.
one Theron's last fight. I called this combat, and he did it, and he was just like, oh, fuck, that was awesome. And
Yeah.
to me, it's like
Right.
it's even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when Zarek, when he, you know, dude, all week we're doing that 4-3-2s up at the pipe, 4-3-2s, pressure. And then when he finally lands something like that, you're like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's
yeah.
up.
I will admit I was nervous about, like,
Of course.
coming in today, but one thing.
Which part though? Everything or just
More nervous about
sparring? Oh, just me and you.
Me and you, yeah,
Oh, okay.
just one on one. I just didn't quite know what would happen. I mean, I knew you as a friend, so I wasn't too worried. But the thought that I kept going back to is like, he's a coach, and he's a good coach. So I'm just gonna trust him. Like whatever we do, like I'm gonna trust him with if he wants to work on this, if he wants to go this route, like I'm just gonna trust him. And that made me feel so good because I do trust you.
Yeah,
and if you say
appreciate
let's do this, I'm like, well, this is the best route to take. Like he knows, he sees. Okay, let's do it. And like you said, you know, the guys that say yes sir, and they're very adamant about taking your advice, and like they do better,
Which is cool. I mean,
yeah. But that trust is so important, and it was so nice to have that to fall back on, because I just like, I don't know, I've never been to a one-on-one, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, what is he gonna make me puke? Is he gonna make me run around the block? I have no fucking clue.
Right.
But it turned out it was
I
great.
do have some barfers sometimes.
There was a couple times when I was happy that bell went off. To
Well,
where,
you know, like what you have to work on is like which everybody else has to work on as well. I even have fighters that are, you know, good fighters that have to work on it through rounds is breathing. You know how
when you
is
punch,
it
when
so,
you strike.
yeah, it's so easy to breathe.
Yeah.
But yet all of a sudden you start going 3 minutes, even sparring, pad work, hitting the bag, whatever the hell you're doing, and then all of a sudden you forget how to breathe. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just, I take it for granted because, you know, I'm comfortable with it, and I'm
Yeah.
just more, you know, I don't know. It's neat, you know,
Yeah.
to see, I guess. And
Yeah.
just, like, I think it would be cool to open up a few boxing studios throughout. I just need to find the right, you know, investor and stuff just to help out with some stuff, and I think I can pop it off around here.
I think this area is primed for it. You know, there's several jiu-jitsu gyms. There's a judo place somewhere over in Main Street or Joplin. There's I don't know if there's any taekwondo, maybe a karate or two. Is there any boxing gyms? No, I don't think there is. No.
Nothing that sticks out that makes me be like, oh no,
right? Like that you would recommend.
I'm not a threat by any means. Like
Right.
to me, like I had a guy come up, let's do a gym together.
Yeah.
I want you to, you know, because I am a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so that means I qualify teaching beginners and kids classes.
Right.
He's like, oh, we can work to get your purple belt, bro. Like I don't do that a lot.
Right. Well, he wanted to promote you.
Right.
For the
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Anywho, but my thing is like I don't enjoy. I'll teach anybody that want to learn, but I don't enjoy teaching that. That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I like all these jiu-jitsu gyms around here.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, no, and they're cool dudes too.
Yeah.
Like I get along with them. Like, you know, I don't want to step on their toes to do that. You know what I mean? Like, You know, challenge your master. I ain't doing that crap.
Where's your sensei?
Yeah, right? And that's like them trying to say, I'm going to box all of a sudden and do a boxing gym. Like, sit down. But, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that crap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. The area, like I said, the area is prime for it. I think it'd be awesome. You know, I think Victory kind of got close to it.
They were close.
They were close. I think.
They're doing their own thing now.
The gym.
I think so.
Not the church.
Right.
Because I think that's what held it back. I think the affiliation with the church.
I have no idea.
That would be my opinion.
Yeah.
I have no offense to anyone.
Yeah, right.
I just feel like it confused me, honestly. When I showed up, I'm like, is this a church? Is this a basketball court? Is this a fucking gym?
They had a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Great facilities.
Great facilities,
Yeah,
great
awesome.
personalities, you know, great coaches, great
And see, I'm not a basketball player like TJ is, so he saw basketball, and I'm looking over, I'm like, we could just, like, let's get rid of these basketball courts and put, like,
Exactly.
so much more mats and
Right.
more boxing ring. You know what I mean?
Well, I was just like, are we going to go to chapel after this? Like, are we going to go to sing sermons? Which is no big deal. I don't mean to be, you know, I'm just goofing around. But I do think if they were to, like, break off, or if you were to break off and have your own spot to where you could bring together the people you admire
Right.
and bring together, you know, MMA, mixed martial arts all in one spot, I think it would kill, dude. I would be there.
I know I think they're starting to, I'm not going to speak out, you know, I don't really know what's going on with them, but I know they do secured a location now where that, you know, they're going to start doing stuff again. I don't know if it's going to be called Victory still or what, but, you know, I'm pumped to be, you know, take my guys there, train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like all their guys. We train, you know, all together. You know, but if I do my own thing, it'll be cool still to, you know, be like, all right, hey, if any of my guys want to go there and train, I don't care. I'm not teaching jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Go get your jiu-jitsu in, homie.
Yeah, right.
You know, if you're doing MMA, you better be at a jiu-jitsu gym.
Yes.
You know, if you're just boxing, then okay.
Right.
You know, we do like the little gypsy style boxing over here where all my guys know how to fight orthodox or southpaw.
Right.
Most of them are enjoying the southpaw now because southpaws are dicks. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't.
How come?
It just, dude, like, when I first started with Jeff Hines, like, I was orthodox, and you'd fight that random southpaw, and you're just like, God, he just make everything just so more difficult and weird.
Right.
And now it's just like, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it throws a whole wrench into
Yeah.
your game because you've trained this way, and guess what? The guy across from you is trained this way, and so you both know, like, if I move here, you move there, and then all of a sudden, it's all reversed.
Yeah.
It's completely backwards.
Yeah.
And so now you have to think more, and all your weak spots are now your strong points, and your strong points are your weak spots, and so it definitely changes. I could see how it changes your whole game.
And again, like, so many coaches out there that are like, you're my person.
Yeah.
You know, which, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. To me, who was it? It was his name's Matt Hamilton out of West Side, which he's one of my favorite guys around the area, and he's TJ Brown's coach too.
Okay.
And he was on a podcast one time, and they asked about cross training. He says, I don't care who he trains with. He's like, he says, you know, TJ goes here, he goes there, but at the end of the day, you better know who his daddy is. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know,
would you agree with that?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
like,
right, okay.
so, like, you know, you got Dalton, you know, like, let's say Ben goes and trains with all these other different boxing gyms.
Right.
You know, but he's still repping my name and using, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, at the end of the day, you know who your daddy is, which it sounds weird to say, but, you know, I'm still going to be his coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he, you know, we'll talk about that later down the road if he's actually really trained with these people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care.
I think you do need a home gym. You know, like, you do need a foundation. Like, you can hop around, but to be truly just ebbing and flowing,
right.
I don't think you would do that well. Like, you need a home. You know, and if that home is...
That's why it used to bother me a little bit when people were like, where's your gym at? Where's this at? And I'm like, well... And people started calling me a gypsy a little bit more just because I was living in Arkansas. I trained most of these guys in my basement at the time. And then I was driving to Springfield to train Theron and some guys from Team Fusion. Then I was driving to Joplin for TJ.
Yeah.
I would drive to Fayetteville for other people.
Right.
And then now I'm here. And guess what? I'm still driving to Fayetteville now for some people. And they drive to me. I mean, still drive to Springfield.
Right.
Now it's just in my garage now.
Right.
And I also think it would be nice to have my own place just so they don't have, you know, my wife can just be at home.
100%. And
Well,
you can
you know what I
be
mean?
like your home would
Yeah.
be a home. Your
Yeah.
garage would be a garage. I totally
But
understand.
it is nice after training. You guys just
100%.
jump in that car, and I just,
Go inside.
just go inside.
You're already home. Yeah.
that is nice.
That's how I felt about the podcast. you
Yeah,
know?
right,
I was
yeah.
like, I gotta move it across town because
Yep.
I just see you guys off, and
Right.
there I am. But I don't know. I think the separation is important, especially with that you have a family,
Right.
And to make a home goes goes a long ways.
Like I was training a new kid the other day, and
Yeah.
I had apologized to him because I had my kid. My kid's being a little turd, and so here we are, me, older than this kid, but he's still old enough. He's like 28, and my kid's over there watching the TV that I usually turn on music.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she's watching Baby Shark while me and him are trying to
yeah.
be serious. You know what I mean? I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
bro, but
Dude, to me, that's a mental exercise. Like, if you're pulled away from Baby Shark, what are you gonna what you gonna do when the crowd's like, "Fuck you"?
Yeah, yeah.
You're, or someone grabs you, or you got to be mentally strong. So if Baby Shark is pulling you away, we got to do some meditation.
yeah, you gotta do something, right?
Yeah. You want some more bourbon?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
What do you think? What do you think calls to you? What calls you out to be a coach so much? Because you're very passionate. What is it about being a coach that speaks to you so deeply?
I almost wanted just to give up and just move back to Hawaii and just say F it all, and
Let's do it. Fuck this.
you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I think I've matured more now, and I stopped really caring what all these other coaches or other people were saying, just talking shit or whatever. So now it's like I'm more at ease, and now it's like more funny that some people they get pissed off because I don't have all these fights under my belt.
Yeah.
But I still can outcoach your ass any day.
Right.
Like I truly believe in myself. Like there's a lot of these guys that are kind of run their mouth on social media and stuff or whatever. Like it's just like, dude, like I'm doing me right now and I'm rocking it. So suck it.
You're definitely aligned with a call. I mean, I don't know if it's your full calling, but it's part of the calling.
Right.
And the way that you embrace it is so inspirational, to people like me who are trying to do the same thing. Like I'm trying to engage with my destiny as best I can. And I see you and I'm like, dude, this motherfucker is all in.
Yeah.
Like he's not afraid. Like he is doing what he is called to do in a courageous and fearless manner. Like I love it. But what is it? Is it mentoring, I wouldn't say boys to men, but it could be that, or just mentoring people through learning how to operate in a self-defense type manner. They kind of undergo that sort of change in their mind, the insecure to secure.
Yeah, that's pretty big. The newer guys showing them that, listen, we can all do this. Like, you just got to work your butt off. I'll say it again. Like my thing is boxing. Anybody can stand up and throw a punch. It's really easy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to slip punches and stuff, and then to actually take punches, that's a whole different ballgame.
You can go as deep as you want.
I'll take jiu-jitsu over anything any day.
Yeah.
If another man can hold you down and you can't get up, that is so embarrassing. It's just like, what the hell? If that happens on the street, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm going to be biting your ear off or something. If it's like Greg, somebody like a brown belt or something, I'm going to try to stab you or something.
Right.
But other than that, like everybody always stands up starting off. That's why I like boxing so much. It's a gentleman's sport. It's just, look at Jake Paul. It's so funny. Everybody hates him so much, but it's like, man, he's bringing boxing kind of around, and like, Theron might be ended up boxing on one of his undercards soon and actually getting real money. I don't care.
What do you think of Jake Paul? Like, he's a phenomenon, right?
I don't know.
Wasn't he a normal dude for the most part for for his whole life?
I guess they're good. They were good kids from Ohio,
right? And then Logan kind of gets the
Logan
vlogging.
was like almost a college wrestler.
Okay.
So like they were already stud athletes.
Right.
And then they started doing that blogging shit and just getting weird, which at the time, it wasn't big when I made fun of people like that, right? And now they're millionaires, and I'm like, shit, maybe I should have played it on YouTube a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if my kid wants to be a TikToker, I mean,
it's the number one desired career.
Right.
Everybody wants to be a
I might start, selling my foot pics on. I don't know,
Fart
man.
in a jar, baby.
Yeah,
Have you seen that chick?
Oh yeah.
Did you order one?
I didn't order one. No.
I didn't
it's just
either.
weird. Yeah, right. There's just so many You know Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter.
Okay.
He's kind of a douche, but like
Okay.
I like him. Like,
Yeah.
But he calls out all these people like, oh, you. I mean, it's pretty funny. He says, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves, making all this money, doing absolutely nothing with your lives. I'm like,
Crossed my mind.
again, they're making money.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell me I could make a stupid TikTok once a week,
Mm-hmm.
like if they told me right now, and my kid was going to be fine for the rest of their life, you know what I mean? Like,
That possibility is there. That possibility is there.
I mean,
There's definitely a line between like cringy,
Right,
like,
right.
You know, doing
It's
vlogs and
gross
stuff.
shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just-
like that crap.
No, it's very weird. Like, oh, you are definitely. You're just playing into it, and then you have the people like. I'm thinking of Peter McKinnon. Do you know Peter?
oh
McKinnon?
yeah.
Pete's just made to do it.
Right.
You know, and I enjoy watching his videos, and it's like, yeah, you deserve 4.5 million, 5 million followers because that's really who you are.
Right.
And you are bringing joy to people's lives and benefit to these creators, teaching them how to do these things. So there definitely is a fine line between of like, I'm a vlogger, you know,
Yeah.
like,
You're like, what?
oh, you are?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, TikTok for sure. I mean, the possibility's
up,
there.
man.
Yeah. Even with your training,
You're right.
If you were to post things.
You know, once I get my own place too, like, I will do like, I think I might create like a YouTube page of tutorials or whatever.
I think you should start right now.
Really?
Yeah, because there's gonna be a learning curve.
Right.
And your first couple of videos, like obviously Theron and I can assist
Right.
in ways, but you will, you have an idea of how your YouTube page is gonna be until you do it, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, this is how it really is. You know, because tutorials would be huge, fight stories, even something that like I would find benefit from is fight terminology, just explaining it, and you're gonna laugh, like explaining what 1-2-1 is. So that's something I would have watched before I came to the session.
Yeah.
I've been like, what can I expect?
See, I don't think about like, you know.
No, because you're deep into
Right,
it, man.
right.
But like, what to expect on your first session? I would watch that video.
Right.
Yeah, just to get my feet wet and like understand what I'm walking into.
So you talked about like the cornering thing too. So like Zarek his last fight was 54 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
That
Jesus
literally
Christ.
lasted 5 minutes in my life.
Oh, right,
Because how I was watching it, like it felt like felt like we went the whole round.
right.
And I'm like, patience, circle out, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then so he ended up throwing the kid down, and then the kid upkicked him, caught him square in the mouth.
Oh,
And I was like, yep, that didn't feel good. Back it up. And, you know, he's just like, he shook it off like a champ.
yeah.
And then I kept yelling at him, let him up.
Oh, yeah.
His striking's just so much superior to most of these dorks around this area that have this, you know, thing that they think they're the Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dirty. Like, he switches his stances so fluidly.
Right,
Oh, dude.
yeah.
I mean, it's mean.
Flawless.
And so he swings a hammer all day long, right? He does
Yeah.
floors.
Okay.
So when he starts hammer fisting you, bro, you're just like, you know, screw this. I'm going to tap or
Yeah.
I'm going to nap. You know what I mean? And so when he got on top of him like that, I just knew. It was
Right.
just like, I stood up because I knew, like,
Right.
you know, the Rocky. His name's Rocky the ref. He's just one of the best refs in the area.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just, I knew he was going to stand him up or
Right.
call it off.
That this
I'm
is
like,
it.
bro, you're
yeah.
done.
Like, oh,
Kid,
excellent.
you know,
54
and
seconds.
Zarek has that kind of Rocky story. Reminds me of a Dustin Poirier, just kind of real humble, you know, beautiful wife, beautiful girls, you know, 2 kids, and just, you know, he wants to do this for a living, but still have his floor business, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And
It's
just,
an honorable
you know,
trade.
dude.
you know?
Yeah, and his dad's like Steven Seagal in real life. Like he just, dude,
Wow.
wrist lock. Like you throw a punch at him, dude. Like we could talk about Ray Zumwalt on a whole podcast.
This is a local legend.
Local legend. He was Travis Trent's security when they
Okay.
shot the movie Jesse James.
Oh, wow.
You know, we used to work together at this old little medicine shop in Pineville, right? And these 2 big old boys walked in, and I had a boxing shirt on. They started talking about, oh, we're Krav Maga guys.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
knocking it. I'm just saying these 2 were very overweight gentlemen talking about Krav Maga. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I was like, in my head, I don't want Ray to hear this. And sure as shit, Ray's like, oh, you guys do Krav Maga, huh?
Right.
And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
So they get adjusted because we got a chiropractor there too. And then Ray's like, all right, so like, what do you guys know? And like, he's like, swing at me hard as you want. And bro, This guy swung at him, and he did this wrist lock and flipped this guy over so fast. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, please don't break it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
And he's like, all right, now your turn, to the other guy. The other guy's like, no.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then like one day we're outside the shop and these 6 guys drive by and they threw shit at us. Like trash.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, just me being young and dumb, just threw my hands up and they kind of slowed down. And then I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, right.
It's me and Ray out here.
Yeah.
And they just drove away. And Ray's like, that would have been the dumbest mistake of their lives.
Oh, my God.
And he was just like,
Yeah,
you know,
he's that guy.
He is. You look at him, he's like a, pastor and stuff. And
Oh, he is?
Dude,
What is the deal
bro.
with these pastors being
Dude.
killers, dude?
Dude, like, that's just another level of a person. That's where Zarek grew up. You know, that's his dad. And so then I took a lot of that karate out of him a little bit and made him more of just a brawler. So now he has karate with brawling. It just, dude, he's just, yeah, he's a sleeper.
Why did he just do karate, of all things? Was that just the only thing available?
I
or?
guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, he just grew up.
Yeah.
His dad was a hell of a karate person around this whole area.
I think, I'm not saying karate's bad
Right.
or whatever, but it's just not on the top
I remember
of
back
MMA.
then when it was in the
Yeah, right.
60s or 70s, I mean, that karate was like fucking mean, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
it was.
just straight on blood sport shit.
Yeah.
And it might have been point fighting, but they're still throwing hard.
Yeah.
You know, he got disqualified a lot because some guys are talking trash, so he just hit them so many times just to
Right.
break their nose or something. I mean, like I said, again, we
What
can
an
talk
animal.
about raising all day long.
So does he still train? Or is he
He
just
trains like a few people.
like a mountain man? Just
He's definitely a mountain man.
solo,
Yep,
you know?
he's in
Yeah.
Anderson, Missouri. You'll never find
Dude,
him.
those guys scare me.
Bro,
They
like,
scare the shit
Big
out
time
of
a
me.
gun nut. So
Yeah.
he's just like, you know, if you're not, if you're far away talking to somebody, he's just sniper.
I know
your ass,
several
dude.
of those guys,
Yeah.
and I don't think, people from LA or they don't understand. Like, there's so many of them around here.
Look at these
dude.
dipshit hipsters. Bro.
Yeah, right.
You know, stay in your coffee shops.
Yeah.
Just stay in your book, whatever
Right.
you want to do.
You don't want to mess with these
don't.
people. No.
No, and like that's like me. Like, I think I'm comfortable handling myself in stupid, dumb situations I put myself in sometimes, but I'm not gonna mess with that's the difference now between me and when I was like 20.
Yeah, right.
It's more like,
You would test the waters.
oh hell yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And now you know.
yeah. Now it's just now it's like, no, dude, I got a daughter, I got
Yeah.
a wife, a kid on the way. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to get shot, stabbed,
Yeah.
or just get my ass kicked.
Which is all a possibility.
Yeah,
you know.
100%.
Yeah, we hear about the cool legendary, like, dude, this guy beat up 3 guys at a bar. Like, did you hear about the guy that got his throat cut from a broken bottle?
Right.
That guy's out there too. Or the guy that punched someone and he
Right.
fell and hit his head. Now he's dead. And
Did I ever tell you about the beer bottle trick that I did? I don't know if we talked about it.
you should tell me now.
Okay, so this was really great. And this is one of my dumb moments in my life that my wife is just, she saved my life. So
Oh, she did.
I wish I had a beer bottle right here. I'd do it right here.
There's one. We got the aluminum nerfed.
I know. So you get like an empty bottle, and so I did this trick because it saved me from getting out of a fight with this big old Pitt State lineman at the time.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy was massive. So you take an empty bottle, you stick like a dime or penny in it, you shake it as hard as you can. The bottom will completely fall out perfect, so
right,
it looks
yeah,
like a
yeah.
full bottle.
Right.
So you barely just squeeze and it'll break. Dude,
yeah.
I smashed it over my head. That freaking the football player's like, "Yo, calm down, psycho."
You
know what I
smashed
mean?
it on
Oh yeah,
your
bro.
head?
Oh yeah.
That would freak
And so
me the
it freaked
fuck
him out.
Oh,
so
yeah,
guess what?
dude.
I didn't get out of the fight. My friends thought that was the coolest stuff ever.
Yeah.
Do you remember Twisters?
The
bar?
jiu-jitsu? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
remember
North
that?
of town.
Yeah. So that was like our hangout back then. So that following weekend, we're there and we're having a good time. We're all drinking and stuff. And my buddies are like, "Do the beer bottle trick." You know what I mean? I'm like, "All right,
Give me a sec.
And I was like, "Hold on."
Yeah.
He's like, "Guy," he hands me a bottle. Well, he gave me a half bottle. And I didn't even put a dime in. I'm just like that. I smashed it over my head, right? I cut the main artery in my head, and I'm literally shooting blood across the table, hitting people like a sprinkler. And I just remember, like, just kind of going around, and everybody's freaking out. I fall down, and then my buddy says, "Let's just put him in the back of the truck so he doesn't bleed all over the place." And I just remember my wife standing over me, yelling at him, like, "You fucking idiot!" Like,
He's dying.
Yeah, she took me to the hospital. This is not even a proud story to tell, but it's just funny.
Right.
Because I can, maybe this helps these young kids not be a
Don't break a ball of your head.
fucking idiot. And so she took me to the hospital, And the nurse said, she's like, it was the smallest cut on my artery. We've been drinking all day, Pitt State football game. We went to the park, and they're like, you were 5 minutes late. This kid would have died of blood loss. Like that's how bad it was.
Way.
And so I try to lie to my dad and tell him somebody hit me over the head because that's more reasonable. Because he's like, oh, that makes more sense than you just doing it yourself.
But I did it myself. Right.
And so
you got this trick, Dad.
And so he finally found out from the sheriff's department because I lied to them. And I was like, oh,
somebody hit me.
Yeah, and I just remember seeing this fat bouncer when I'm getting carried. All my buddies like, dude, I got beers all night because I was covered in blood. I looked like a savage. Never been in a fight in his life. He's like, it was awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
he was alpha that night.
He was pumped. And so I remember this stupid bouncer that he was always just kind of a local bouncer from all these bars, just the biggest douche ever. But I just remember him like run up, who hit him? I said, that guy. And he's like running into the crowd. And that's the last thing I remember. Then I remember just like my wife's poor car was just covered in blood.
That is wild.
Yeah, we had to rip out all the carpet. They had to reset.
You were bleeding serious.
Oh yeah, so they had to roll. Like I had a shirt. It was just covered. My favorite pearl snap, and it's covered. So like I had to roll out the window and just look my head out, and it was just shooting blood.
Every time your heart beat.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
My God.
You can ask my wife about it. It was awesome. She's really
like, that's the day I wanted to be a nurse.
Yeah, no, and thank God for somebody with common sense.
Oh my, you'd be dead.
I love all my other friends I grew up with, but they're all idiots.
Yeah.
Let's put them in the back of the truck.
Yeah, not good. I hate it too because it would have been such a silly death. Like, talk about the worst way to go.
Right.
Like, what? How did Ryan die? Hit himself in the head with a beer bottle.
I haven't shared that story forever because I was so embarrassed by it. But again, I'm at this point in my life, I'm starting to not care what people think.
Yeah.
It
happened.
I lived my stupid shit, and now I'm coaching. I love it, and I like to play rap music when I do my videos. I might say a bad word here and there, but I know I'm a good person. I know my wife's a good person. The people I surround myself are good people.
Yeah.
I had one guy tell me about, because I haven't been to church forever. No, you probably go to hell. Like, bro.
What?
Oh yeah, dude. So I don't
because you haven't been to church.
Yeah. So I don't believe.
How
in
did that
like,
conversation start?
I don't even want to.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I don't believe in. Just because I don't go to church. Not saying I don't. I just. I mean, I need to probably. You know what I mean? Like pastor. Center. His church is awesome. When TJ does his church, it's freaking cool to listen to. Like, I actually went to church a lot more when I lived in Hawaii because,
because it was on the beach.
Was basically on the beach. You have backwards hats on, surfboards. People are putting their surfboards at the door because they just got done surfing, and they're dude. It was crazy. It was potluck every day, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, I'd go to church too.
Dude, it was so cool, and then being raised as a Catholic, you're just like, holy crap.
You were raised a Catholic. Whoa.
I mean, basically, I'm not Catholic anymore because they told me when me and my wife got married on the beach and
because
not in the church.
Bro,
we born and raised Catholics.
Oh, both of you.
Yeah, and
because you didn't do it in a chapel.
Her parents are still. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I told my priest to F off when he said, you're not, married in the eyes of the Lord and all this. You're gonna go to hell. Like, bro, but why are you sending me bills in the mail still to this day asking for money? Yeah, kick rocks, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's weird.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I mean, I do like the ritualistic part of it.
Right.
I do like that. I've actually come to like it. I used to not like it, but I've been going to Native American church for a while. And I think one of the biggest things that churches, for me, that have been missing is that sacredness.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I do like the fact, like you were talking about, just put your surfboard down, come on in. I like that welcoming spirit. But I miss things being like sacred and important and being like, no, we don't say that. I don't have any of those things. So when I go to Native American church, dude, you can't step in front of people sometimes. Like, you got to go behind them to go get your peyote, or go, like, they say that everyone's connected by a string when we go into the roundhouse, and you don't want to get that string tangled
the Indian thing?
Yeah, Native American church. Yeah. So we sit around this. There's like a fire. We all sit around it. Like the roadmen are up here. Oh yeah, the roadmen are up here.
Can I go to that or no?
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you have to go all night. We sit up all night and pray and take peyote.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's gnarly, dude.
I'd like to talk about that. I mean, I'd like to try it just to do
You should go one time. I mean, the sleep deprivation is rough. It's rough for me every time. We get to midnight. We have the midnight prayer, which is cool because it pumps you up. He's like, George always says, midnight's a good time to pray. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. And you pray and it feels good. And then we get into that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And when you hit 3 o'clock, I'm like, fucking kill me, dude. This sucks. It's just that valley. It's not late. It ain't early. Smoke's in your eyes, dude, because there's a fire in the middle of this place and they got to like keep tending to it. And you keep taking medicine. You're like drinking it. You're eating it. Tripping. Sometimes you're tripping. Sometimes you're coasting. Sometimes you're just surviving. And it's an experience. But anyway, the point of that whole thing is that they are very sacred. So they'll pass around this staff that has animal skins on it and bird feathers, and like you touch it and you bless yourself with it. Like I like that kind of stuff because it separates everyday life. You know, you and me going to a coffee shop. What's up, Ryan? What's going on? And like, dude, that's the staff. That's holy. You know, I like that separation.
Yeah.
So, and I think Catholics kind of do that too. Yeah, got the water.
Oh, yeah.
I've only been to one mass. I've only been to one, and you know that's plenty for me.
Fucking brutal.
It's long, man.
Dude, we hate going to our friends' weddings that are Catholic just because
Long way. I filmed one.
Oh yeah.
I ran out of memory card space.
We always got, me and my friends would always get, you know, we were the jocks.
Yeah.
And we went to Colgan, and they got the pews and stuff. And one of my buddies, one day he, you know, I don't know what day it was. Maybe it was May Day or something. But man, he farted so loud in his pew.
Oh my god!
And I guess one of our buddies was like 3 rows behind us. He said you saw like all 7 of our shoulders are shaking. Like, that guy's like, "You 6 with me?" You know, detentions right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
We got detentions when our socks weren't, you know, below our ankles or something. Just
almost
like
military like.
It's just so stupid. We're kids. Like we were a very ornery class. Like I said, like we did stupid shit all the time. I wish I would have went to like more of a public school just because we had no blacks at our school. We think we had maybe a couple Hispanics. It was just very white school.
Yeah.
And then you see, you know, we always played sports against other schools that all had different varieties of kids and stuff, which was kind of cool. And then going to Hawaii, being the minority for once in my life, it's
a big change.
Huge.
Yeah. Big change.
And it was just like, dang, like, you know, it makes you think, like, was I nice to, you know what I mean? Like, respected, kind of, I don't know. It was weird. It was cool, but I don't think I'd ever send my kid to a private school.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't. I'm just saying that right now.
Would you homeschool your kids?
I would. I think so, especially if this world gets effed up more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, guess what? PE time kid is, guess what? You're in the garage with dad learning how to kill somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I talked to my wife about, like, dude, I made a post one time on Facebook, like, hey, me and my wife are thinking about doing homeschooling, and then for recess, your kids are going to learn how to box and defend themselves. You know how many people?
Oh, I believe it.
20 to 30 people hit me up.
I believe it.
I told Mandy, I was like, all right, you got to do all the hard shit by like teaching these kids.
Math.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, we can charge these kids, you know, whatever.
100%.
And people do it.
Yes.
And funny thing about math, I was so bad in math. I'm not blaming anybody, but I will blame one person. It's my math teacher because he was my football coach. I love you, Coach Smith. But, you know, you didn't teach me anything. What are you doing? I hate math. I thought it was cool at the time, but now it's like I don't know anything about it. And so my wife had to take a college class with me just so I could pass college algebra.
Yeah.
And she didn't even need it because she was so smart. And she still did it. And I was like,
I think algebra, like you gotta be good at algebra.
I ain't gonna use any of that crap. There's so much stupid. Like, so I graduated. I got a bachelor's degree.
You will if you open a gym.
Okay. Don't they have like an app for that crap?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Or they have an accountant.
Yeah,
you know, like you can hire someone to do that shit.
What was I gonna say before that? Yeah, no.
Your wife took a class with you.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Oh, but I got my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I wanted to do that.
Okay, yeah.
So I went to, I was a correctional officer for like 2.5 years, 3 years before I moved to Hawaii.
What was your end goal? for that?
Man, you know, like I was really into.
You want to be a detective.
So I actually wanted to be a U.S. Marshal. Was my big one.
What do they do?
They go after fugitives.
Like you hunt people.
Mhm.
That'd be cool.
And it was cool, yeah.
sounds
Like,
cool.
And so, but my favorite thing to do at the sheriff's department was, I was big into transporting all these idiots, all these murderers, rapists, and stuff. I'd go drive to all the prisons, pick them up, bring them back to court, and drive these idiots back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I call them idiots because most of them are idiots. They're like scum of the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not
well,
trying
that's
to be
the
mean.
unfortunate truth,
Right.
honestly, you know? Yeah.
You know? And I did meet this one kid one time. I don't even know what he's doing these days, but, you know, he was, I think he was 17 at the time, dating his 15-year-old girlfriend in high school. He graduates, he graduates, turns 18, and then her parents turned him in saying he raped her, and then now he was in jail for a while and going against prison, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Think about it, like, that was the same age I was dating my wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? To this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he is labeled a sex offender for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So
It's
stuff like
terrible.
that was
Yeah.
weird in the system. So I saw that it was corrupt, but man, it was so cool putting on the uniform and like driving across state
Yeah.
and grabbing these guys in these prisons and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
It seems exciting.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
I liked evening shift because evening shift was, I didn't have to go get the people, but like in the jail, evening shift was the best because these people were, they'd watch their TV and, you know, they're cooped up all freaking day. And that's when all the fights broke out. I'm like, hell yeah. it was cool.
You're like, that guy's called you a pussy.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, Sons of Anarchy was a huge show, which I loved, you know.
Right.
And that would always come out on Tuesday nights. I loved working Tuesday nights because almost every Tuesday nights when Sons of Anarchy would come on, there'd be a fight around 10 o'clock.
Because after the episode?
Yeah.
Because
they'd be all
they'd be all
amped up.
pumped, yeah.
And it's like, F you.
Yeah.
This is my shit. You know, white boys versus black guys. Mexicans were always on their own. I mean, it was like real. It was dealing with these idiots. Like, I'm like, we're literally feeding these guys and making these guys
like jacking them up.
just jacking them
Yeah.
up, bro. Letting
With
them work
Sons of
out.
Anarchy.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. That show did jack me up.
And
too.
oh yeah, me too. I would go in there and I'd be like, all right, all you Jax Taylors, go to bed. You know, I never treated them like shit. I don't care what they did.
Yeah.
I always treated them like a human. When I drove them to prison, I would take them to like McDonald's or whatever.
Right.
I knew they weren't going to eat this stuff, you know, for a long time. And I actually, 4 years after that, me and my wife were at a bar and I got tapped on the shoulder and this guy's like, hey, you remember me? I'm like, I'm looking at him like, I do remember you. He's like, yeah, you drove me to prison. You took me to, you know, Burger King. He's like, man, it just gave me a hug. He's like, I'm doing better. And just like,
good.
I could have got stabbed in the back if I was a, you know,
Yeah, imagine if you
dickhead
were
to
a
him.
total, exactly, calling him names.
Dude.
And,
There's a new show out called Mayor of Kingstown.
dude, okay, I've been told about this, which
Bro, you gotta watch it.
the writer of that,
Right, is the same as Yellowstone.
yes, why is his name not
Taylor
coming?
Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan, yes,
Amazing.
yes. A couple podcasts ago we talked about this
Oh my God.
because he did Hell or High Water,
Yep.
Wind River,
Yep.
and Sicario,
Yeah.
and then he did Yellowstone,
Right.
and then Mayor of Kingstown,
And
is the
then now
newest
he
one.
just did 1883, which I'm a huge Western fan, so
Was it good?
it was awesome.
Yeah.
The people that tell you it's not good, they're not true
Fuck 'em.
Westerners. Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But he's
They were
doing,
wanting another Yellowstone is what they wanted.
right.
And
Well,
it's like,
he's
that's not
doing he's doing so much more, too. Like, I mean, but the prison one
Bro,
is
I'm
about Mayor of Kingstown.
I'm such a big fan of Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, dude, he's great.
When I watched Yellowstone, I was guiding antelope hunts,
Oh shit, yeah.
and I drove my dude out. I dropped him off, and you know, early in the season we don't do much.
Right.
Drop him off. I go back to the lodge, and I'm like, "There's this show called Yellowstone. I need to watch it." I watched a fucking pilot, and I'm not kidding. When that pilot was over, I Googled Yellowstone pilot screenplay. I got it, PDF, downloaded it, sent it to the local print shop. It's in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Nebraska. Very small town. Drove to this fucking print place. They had spiral bound it for me, and I read that pilot because it's the best pilot I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It blew my fucking mind.
Right? It's just how he's a real like cowboy too, right?
And he's a real cowboy.
Yeah.
I would really like Taylor Sheridan
Yeah.
a lot.
And so with the Mayor of Kingstown though, I'm a huge Jeremy Renner fan.
Yeah, they work together quite
Oh
well.
my
Well, he
gosh.
did Wind River.
Wind
at
River,
least.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so when I'm that kid that I worked at a jail.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it so much that I started. I had headaches every day because you deal with pain,
Just stress?
grief, stress.
Oh,
You
from other people.
just
their stories.
You just absorb it in your body.
Right, they're imprinting on you.
Dude, like
yeah.
you want to. I mean, man, there was some days I would just throw up just because it was so stressful. It would make me paranoid. I had a gun at every one of my doors. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
acting like people were after me or something. They weren't. But it was just like I lived behind this one lady lived behind me, and I took 3 of her sons to prison. Yeah, crazy. But guess what? They were the sweetest people to me.
Yeah.
They knew who I was.
Right.
They're like, hey, my son says hello. You know, like, they knew exactly where the hell I lived.
That's confusing.
Right? And again, I treated all 3 of them with kindness.
Right.
Took them out to Wendy's or whatever, got them ice, whatever. My dime. You know what I mean? Like, some of the people that I drove with were like, this is bullshit. Why are we,
Right.
they don't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, they might not, but whatever.
Right.
I mean, they're going away for a long, they're probably still there. I don't know.
But something that small can really
Yep.
alter a person's course of life,
Yep.
That's that tiny little piece of kindness. Just
Yep.
that maybe they've never had that happen. Maybe
Right.
they've never eaten Burger King.
Yep.
And you're the first one to be like, what do you want?
One of my
Whoppers are good
yeah.
here.
So there's this one guy, his name's Scotty, rest in peace. But they call him a pod god. So that means you have separate pods.
Oh, yeah.
And you got like 10 to 15 people.
Yeah.
Some have 20 in it. He was a pod guy.
In a pod.
In a
20
pod, yeah.
oh.
They got their own beds and shit, or they got bunk beds. He was their enforcer. He was a scrapper, bro. Like, just straight up. You know how many times I had to grab him and throw him down just because he's just whooping the shit out of some people. Because,
Yeah.
you know what? Disrespecting me. How do you disrespect you, Scott?
Yeah,
just
right.
looked at me weird. But in there, you gotta, like, if somebody goes into prison saying they're not ever going to join a gang, you're an idiot. You're not going to survive.
That's your only
Guess what?
That's your only choice.
Even though I like this guy over here, but he's black, I have to join the white crowd.
Right.
That's just how it works. And Scotty was dude, like, these one kids, I was walking them back, they had visitation rights. So this girl stuck her boobs up against the glass. And I'm like, hey, first off, it was nasty.
Not good boobs.
Bro, I had to clean that shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
right, yeah.
Bro, you
Sweaty ass titties.
Get those sweaty titties off the glass. It was weird.
Right.
And so I'm grabbing this kid. He was a low-life scumbag. Like, scumbag, would steal from his own mother. You know what I mean? Like, so I kick him out. So one of his boys is like, I'm walking back with him because he's his protector.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm walking them back, and I didn't know that one of my guys walked Scotty and his other guy back first, and they saw these guys talking shit to me, and I'm like, oh, I said, and I'm trying to get on my radio. I was like, hey, I need help in the hallway because I'm about to fight these. Yeah, I was getting a little nervous.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like
Not too bad, but
prison.
still.
It's just
I'm
get
nervous.
the whole. I don't have any weapons.
Oh, you don't?
No,
No
dude.
batons.
I don't got
or-
nothing because you can't take anything inside the
Just
gates with
these.
them. Which I'm comfortable
Sure.
with. I'm gonna whoop their ass. I was because, you're just so comfortable just sparring, just all these rounds of sparring I've had.
Right.
I knew I was gonna be fine.
Right.
But you can't fight numbers. You got this other kid walking around the corner, and you're like, ah, crap. And then they're getting closer, so I'm getting squared up, and I just see this door. I for some reason I look down, and I see this guy's foot in the door,
Oh, shit.
and the door swings open. It's Scotty and one of his boys, like, can we help you? And you know what I mean? And
my
got
God.
behind me.
Oh.
And so they walked them to their own pod, and I had to lock Scotty and them down. And it was funny. He's like, I got you, Mosburg. I was like, bro, like, I appreciate you, but I didn't need that. He's like, no, I got you. Like, because you never want to think that you owe them something.
Right.
That's why you need to watch Mary Kingstown. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's so brutally honest
watching it
about
tonight.
about this system.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so they went into them. I came back home the next day, saw that same. They're in different pods, dude. Scotty can't touch this kid, right? So I leave, go home, sleep, come in the next day, and this kid has a bloody nose and a black eye and is in segregation. So what happened? Scotty, he's a big wig. So he hollered over at somebody, yo, mess this boy up from Mosburg, and that's what happened.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For in honor of you.
Yeah. I mean, but that's now they think I owe them. Hey, man, that
Oh,
they would
right.
hit me up about it. I'm like, dude, get
Right.
out of here.
Right.
So Scotty was so far gone. Like, again, he was a fun person, kind of be around and listen to his story. But like once he's out, like he is scum of society.
Right.
You know
Unfortunately.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
They would all become different people inside.
Yeah.
Then they go out and they'd hang out with the same people. It's just kind of like, you know, and then most of the time I tell these guys, I don't think you're bad people. I just think you make stupid decisions.
Right.
And that's where I got a lot of respect from him too. And then like he ended up, I guess something happened. Like he just died recently and just a metal tray to the back of his head and got his skull crushed at prison.
Oh man.
And just guess what? He was a higher up for the woods, they call it, which is white supremacy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's crazy that whole life, but just criminals like.
Yeah.
That's why I got into criminal justice, because the minds of them just threw me for a loop.
That makes sense.
I just love
right?
it.
They're they're confused.
You're
really.
right. So I wanted to be a marshal, so I was doing that for a while. But my headaches got worse working there than they did just getting beat in by like all my guys. You know what I mean? Like
you were getting headaches because of like stress,
just
like you were
mental
nervous,
stress.
or not nervous,
Not
but you
nervous,
were like just
dude,
what you were dealing with.
Like it felt like every time their emotions and stuff come out, my body absorbed it.
Oh yeah.
And it was weird, man.
Probably why you're a good coach.
Probably. And then actually one of the inmates came to Mac Fitness back then, you know what I mean? And he seeked me out after doing 2 years with me there, and he came to come train.
That's awesome.
And so he put his gloves on. He's like, "So what do you want me to do?" I was like, "Come on, man, I'm a cop. You know, just beat my ass." You know?
I bet he loved that.
And he's actually in prison to this day now because,
no.
again, they're idiots when they get out.
Right.
But I whooped his ass, and it's funny because Scotty was his uncle.
Oh wow.
And so then I worked the next day. He's like, "Yo, bro, I talked to my nephew. He said you worked him up. Respect, dude. Like you can, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So it was cool, like how far the respect went and how far I was nice. You know what I mean?
Right. Just a little bit of act of kindness and how far it really went with these guys.
Right. And so that's why I wanted to be a U.S. Marshal so bad, is because they're going after these violent fugitives that killed or raped somebody, or
truly despicable
piece of crap. So another movie or show at the time was Justified. They got me all up about that.
I was on that show.
Yeah,
I was.
Stuff. Were you?
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
As an extra.
Which part?
Season 5. I was.
Okay.
Do you know the show really well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't, but I was on it. Season 5, I believe there's like a drug deal gone bad in the desert. Yeah. And one of the guys like goes and seeks it out. I'm like one of the dead bodies. And they kept bringing me back on. They brought all of us back on. There's like 5 of us guys. And then we ended up in a pile, like a contorted pile in like a shed in one episode. And then we ended up in a morgue in one episode. Like I'm laying in a morgue table.
Did you have long hair and stuff?
Oh yeah. Okay, so not to take over the podcast, but when I first moved to California in 2000, around 2010, have you ever seen a picture? Have you ever seen any of my headshots?
I'm sure they're horrible.
No, Ryan, they're fucking beautiful. I'm a pretty boy, dude. Like
really?
I'm a young, got short hair, I got like a faux honk thing.
Oh, God.
Like I got a jawline, like good looking cat. Like I could play one of the Cullens, you know?
Okay.
That's how I looked. And that's what I got cast as an extra. I was on 90210, all the I played high schoolers, all that kind of shit, right? Moved back, got involved with Kelsey, and then we moved back to California. I had the beard and the long hair. I was a fucking convict. I was a murderer,
that's awesome.
a drug dealer, dude. I never got another high school show. But anyway, I was on Justified quite a bit on the backlot of Disney's backlot of.
Did you ever get to meet Timothy?
Oh yeah, all those guys. We kind of became like part of the set because they kept bringing us back so much, which was really cool.
Did not plan one of my favorite.
He was cool.
Everybody, you know they're redoing it, right? They're doing another one.
No.
Yeah, so it takes 15 years later.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
And then it's off of one of the book, the Fire book. It's called something Fire.
Okay.
Raising Fire, but one of his buddies gets killed in Detroit, and he goes.
Oh, and he like gets back into it.
I don't know if they're making it a movie or a series, but I'm pumped.
That is badass. We Kelsey and I both did background work, and we did not really watch TV back in the day. But now looking back, it's like, oh shit, we were on that show. Like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Kelsey was on. I was on that a lot. I was in that bar.
What the fuck?
All the time, dude.
Me and Mandy watched that all the time.
Yeah. Cougar Town. In fact, the other day I saw myself on Cougar Town. Yeah, they do like this cycling class. Mm-hmm. I'm in the very back, dude, and you can see me. But yeah, I was on Justified. I've never watched the show.
Oh my god.
But I was on it.
I think that was that season where they started messing with the cartel or something.
Probably so.
And they
Yeah.
started killing them in the desert.
Yeah. Fucking so
Yeah.
cold, dude. It was terrible. We shot all night, and there was a guy named David, which he was the really fat guy, like really fat guy, and he got a stunt bump. I'll never forget. He got a stunt bump, which just means if you get a bump, you get paid extra. And we were all union guys, so we were probably getting like $200 a day plus whatever, all the good extras. But he got a stunt bump, which is like, God, $350 extra because they rolled him into the grave.
Oh God.
Oh, I was so happy for him, but I was also like, roll my ass into the
Yeah.
grave. But David,
Stun bump.
yeah, awesome. David had strawberry cough on set. He had good weed.
Oh, okay.
Strawberry cough is like a very good weed. And he's like, do I got this fucking strawberry cough? So we were smoking strawberry cough, and then we were going out in the middle of the desert. So we filmed overnight, but in the desert at night, it is fucking freezing.
Right.
So the director's like, you're dead, don't move. And I'm like, shivering my ass off trying to stay still. And he's like, that guy, stop moving. It was so cold. It was cool. It was a cool...
That's pretty cool.
It was. Looking back on it, I didn't really... Because, like I said, I didn't watch those TV shows, so I wasn't quite sure.
Right.
Like, you're on Justified. I'm like, it's a payday for me. I didn't really care. But looking back, and everyone like you and like my mother-in-law and a lot of people huge fans of Justified, I'm like,
Big
like,
fan.
that's cool.
Like I had a couple of friends that just did the extras in Hawaii, which was it was awesome. Like the Fast and Furious.
That would be an awesome one to do.
What was it? The Hobbs for Shaw.
Oh yeah,
You
the
know,
Rock and
so that where they go to his hometown in Tahiti.
Mm-hmm.
No, bro, that's right in the backfield of the Kauai Coffee grounds, right there.
Yep.
Like, I drive by that place 24/7
Yep.
when I was working over there.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that, but I've always wanted to do that.
There's a lot of sitting around.
Right.
You
That's
sit
what I
around
really
and do
do.
nothing.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you do like a couple of scenes and then you go back to hanging out. Whoops. Yeah. I did it mainly because it's an easy way to get into the industry. Super easy.
Right.
The worst part about it is your title. You're an extra.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So
Like
you
you mean
right,
nothing.
right.
You are extra. But you would find some cool like crew people that would like take you under their wing and like show you. Because when I went out there, I wanted to learn how to do filmmaking. So I was like, this is how I'll get into the industry. Like this will pay my bills and I'll be on sets. And I was on Couples Retreat and Inception. I was not on Inception. I had friends that were on Inception. So it was like you were in the crowd at all times. And I would just also because you were extra, nobody gave a shit about you. Right. So I could just watch the crew work and take it all in and be like, okay, now they're doing this. Oh, now they're moving the lights over here. So like that's kind of my film school, a little bit of my film school was just watching these professionals work. First job I ever did was Desperate Housewives.
Really?
Yeah. I can point myself out in this club. I'm like, that's me right there. Right there, dude. It was fun. It was fun for a while. But what you come to find out is like people get caught there that believe that they're going to become Brad Pitt,
right,
you know,
right.
and it's like, how long you been doing extras? Like, 15 years. Like, bro,
I'm pretty sure you have to sell your soul to be one of those big timers, huh?
I think so too.
100%.
Some sort of cabal, you know, it's like,
Illuminati shit.
yeah, bro.
Yep.
Something about it. I don't know. Hollywood was weird. It's kind of like when you were in Hawaii at that younger age. Like, I would like to go back now. I was just a little cub back in the day, and that's how I treated it was as a little cub. And now, like, I'd like to go back as a full-grown tiger.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean that's why I tell people I'm like I was Kansas born,
Right.
then Kauai reborn, and now I'm Missouri living.
That's cool.
Like
I like that.
because that really I mean it showed us who we were.
Yeah.
And my wife's just a freaking rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, without her, I don't know how to pay bills. I don't know how to do any of that boring shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she just she rocks it.
Yeah.
She basically moved us there and packed everything and moved us all back by
Yeah.
herself. She's
Right.
just a stud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she might not think that, but dude, like,
You want her on your team.
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel comfortable doing anything without her. You know what I mean? That's why I probably don't even have a gym yet. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just because I
Get
need
her involved.
100% on there, like just.
She can do the logistics. She can get it, laid
Yeah,
out.
and that's what she doesn't want to do.
Oh, really?
She's like, I don't want to be that person that, I was like, what?
Does she like nursing?
I think she does. I think she doesn't like the fact that they're so underpaid. Just like police officers, they're so freaking underpaid and short-staffed. It's stupid.
See, that's what you should picture is like if you take this responsibility,
right?
Like we get you out of that hospital. Like you could be an entrepreneur.
She kind of wants to do Botox and stuff, and then
probably some money in that for sure.
Inject all these rich people with
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why not?
I mean,
do it a couple days a week and then run your gym.
Right, and then I'll sell my feet pics on the side and make some money.
Make your feet NFTs, bro.
NFTs, yeah. What
Each toe needs to be an NFT.
And what does that mean again?
Non-fungible token.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too buzzed on bourbon to give an NFT
talk. My
talk.
butt right now.
It's good bourbon, dude.
It is.
Four Roses. I believe it's.
I think I need a beer though. I'm grabbing a beer.
I gotta take a piss.
Me too.
Okay, we'll be right back. You remember when we owned that building in Baxter?
I never got to see it.
It was scary.
Yeah.
It was totally gutted. It was like it had some weird vibes, and there were a couple of times when I was there by myself, and so I don't know. I feel like.
Do you need one?
I'm working on this bourbon. Yeah, appreciate it though. I don't know. It's not as scary as this. This place has electricity. That place was spooky.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think so. Some strange, you know.
Right.
I don't know exactly what they are.
You want to hear a ghost story?
Yeah.
All right.
Hawaiian ghost story.
It's a Hawaiian ghost
God
story.
damn it.
Yeah, dude. So they have leprechauns over there. They call them Minahunis. All right.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So like Minahunis legends were like they'd build structures overnight, like bridges, houses. It was kind of cool, but anything went missing. This damn Minahunis. So Mandy was a caretaker for an elderly woman that she thought she's like, you are the hottest guy in this whole island from Kentucky, right? Her daughter was a nurse and she was awesome.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Grandma. But she would always talk. She couldn't find those damn Minahunis, and she would always be like, you know, talking. And I was like, what do you mean, Grandma? Come on. She's like, no, she's like, they're about this big, and they always mess with my cats. And like she was always into that shit. So I was always like, oh hell. And then I heard it from
What
other
did you think?
I don't know. I didn't know, but
you didn't write it off completely,
right? I just kept hearing over it
Right.
and stuff. And then you know, like when we're camping on the beach, they had these things called night
on the beach
all the time, bro. That's why I haven't camped yet back here because it ruined me over there.
That
like
sounds
full on back
I've
up your
never
truck
camped on the beach, dude.
Back your truck up, inflate a bed in the back, and you're just sitting there stargazing. Throw like a pop-up tent just in case it rains.
No.
Or we just get so drunk you just pass out by the fire. But they had these things called night marchers. Old Hawaiian warriors that your back would be so effed up. They were like, oh, you slept in the night marcher's path. It's like, or I just slept on an uneven mattress, bro.
Right,
you know what I mean?
exactly,
So I never believed in that stuff.
Right.
But my wife ended up, she would house care for this lady, and then she worked at this rest home. And so she was the only blonde girl at this rest home. Old Japanese, old Hawaiian, old Tongan people that, you know, this is their last leg of life.
Right.
And so I would go there and see Mandy, but, you know, I'd bring her some food or whatever. So at the time, I had my big dog with me, Raz, and we'd go there and we'd park. I'd walk him around the vicinity. I think this time it was like around 1 a.m. Oh, my gosh. So we're sitting there. He's in the car. He starts growling. I'm like, what the hell? I flip on the lights. This little boy, clear as day, in a red raincoat, runs across in front of me. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, and, you know, it's just whatever. But then I started thinking, it's 1 a.m. It's weird. Raz is freaking out. I was like, all right, let's go see. And I said, and, you know, I'm calling for him. Can't, you know, blah, blah, blah. I can't find him. And I just like, damn. And so Mandy texted me. She said, hey, I'm about on my break. I'm going to come out. I'm like, all right, cool. Come to the car. And I said, God, this little shithead, and just ran in front of the car, scared Raz, scared me. Had a rain jacket on, you know, red rain jacket on, and just looking at my wife's face terrified me. Like, I instantly got the chills. I'm like, what's the matter?
What'd I say?
She's like, they're literally talking about how a little boy was killed here, you know, 10 years ago in a red rain jacket, and he walks around the halls sometimes and plays tricks on people. Bro.
Oh my God.
And I said, are you messing with me? I will slap the crap out of you right now.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I believe in beast. No, I'm just. No, but just
that's
like,
a moment where you're gonna get
bro,
slapped. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
And so, I could see in her eyes she wasn't messing with me. She was
Right.
terrified. And I'm like, you know
Well,
what I mean?
I saw
Like,
him.
dude, clear as day.
That is
From me to that back wall, just
yeah.
the reddest rain jacket.
Yeah.
And the little shit wasn't just running; he was skipping like a little kid, and just went off into the woods. And here I am. Let's go, dog. And I'm looking around like, where'd that little kid go? It's 1 a.m. He should be at home right now and dead.
Yeah, right.
Like, where's his parents at? Because I want to talk to
Dead
them.
is what they are.
And I'm like, and I just, bro,
That is spooky.
yeah.
That is spooky.
So that was like my big ghost story where it was just like,
That is wild that it was like,
and then you know seeing the nurses too. They're like, oh God, I bet you
You-
saw Kaleo and all this stuff.
oh, because your wife told him.
Yeah,
that you
she's
saw?
just like, you gonna believe what the F happened? You know, they're all freaking out. So she said that night was horrible because all those nurses were all wigging out, like
Freaking
looking
out.
out the window and shit.
Right.
But I guess like, you know, like a lady died in one of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took the body out, you know, because they're old. And Mandy said she was just working like 2 nights later, and then the call light was coming on in the room. Like the call light, what a call light is, you got to push the effing button for your beeper to know that they need a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking, she's like, oh, it's room blah, blah, blah. And she's walking, she's like, oh, hell no. And it was that room where the ladies lived for almost a year and then died there.
I don't get it. I don't know what that is. I definitely believe
Right.
it. Obviously, you saw a little kid skipping
saw
through the
something.
rain. Yeah, you saw something.
My
but
mind
what?
told me that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And then when my wife said that, I'm like, that's exactly what I saw.
Right.
You know, like, so as being raised as a Catholic, they talk about heaven, the white pearly gates, and
Yeah.
they make it sound so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But my mind now, though, I think that heaven's what you make it. Like, I think when I die, hopefully I go to heaven, I will, you know, I think I'll be in Kauai, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, it's just like, I think when you die, whatever you want, you dream it, you close your eyes, I think it's going to be that. You know, it might be the coolest on it gym ever. You know what I mean? Kettlebells everywhere. Fuck. You know, shit, I might have my own box. I'm going to have my
That's
own
funny as
boxing
hell,
ring. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, I think that's how it's going to be for any of us
Yeah.
that die. Hopefully, you know, we don't experience you know, I do believe in selling your soul shit. Like these celebrities, bro. It creeps me out. Look
you
at
think
Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy is weird.
Bro, like all those people died. I'm seeing you see that thing and it's the portal. Oh, come on.
That was so strange. All the TikToks I saw,
Yep.
like people were breaking
Yeah.
it down, like look, and they would do it like symbolically. They
Right.
would say like this matches the passage in John
Right.
that talks about the gates of hell.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that is exactly.
And so
what
that
shit
whole
is.
spinning one was the one they
getting
said that
goosebumps.
yeah. They said it all my fighters and stuff are gonna like stop listening to this podcast after this. But no, like that was it brainwashed them.
Oh right.
And that's when they started going. All these people started going crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, like me and my wife loved watching this show called Evil. It's on CBS, and it's about a skeptic. You know, he doesn't believe in anything. It's about a priest, and it's about a girl that is a psychiatrist, and they work for the Vatican, and they go to these demonic, you know, houses or whatever, and one tries to debunk it, saying no, this, you know, it's
Is
bull-
it like a reality show?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's
no.
just a show.
It's a written.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
written
yeah.
show, and we just love it because, you know, it's just. I don't think I would ever want to be involved in something like that again, like how we talked about it coming back home with you.
Right.
Like, because
Yes.
I brought all that energy and all that pain and
Right.
grief from the jail home with me a lot.
Right.
And I saw how it made my wife feel uncomfortable. And then, you know, like, I'd work a 12-hour shift, come home.
Right.
All my wife wanted to do was hang out with me, but I had to hit something. That's why I had that punching bag.
Right. You had
And
to
then guess what? I'm watching
expel
on TV.
that.
I'm watching fucking jail on TV.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no.
I'm just into it. I'm fucking,
Yeah.
you know, I am invested.
Yeah.
And just, I could tell, you know, it was taking over me.
Right.
And I don't know. I never wanted to be that person to, like, you know, I'm not saying corrupt, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not corrupt. Yeah, I see what you mean. Almost imbalanced, or
Right,
in
right.
a way. Like you're taking it in, you can't process it fast enough,
Right.
and so now it starts to manipulate your everyday life. Like what is going on here?
So, you know, like when you're grocery shopping.
Exactly. Normal.
Well,
it should be normal.
it should be
It should
normal.
be a married, like, I love you.
Bro,
I love cheese.
I had my 45 tucked in my back waistband.
Because you were paranoid.
Just paranoid.
Yeah.
And then I would...
Because you were around psychos.
And guess what? At Walmart, you would see these people.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, Mandy, what? No, I'm going to call you.
Right.
I'm going to lead this guy away from you. And she's like, what the... She's just trying to buy...
Do you think you might have had a little bit of PTSD?
I haven't, maybe. But I don't want to, mess with people that actually have PTSD. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker doesn't have it. You know what I mean?
Totally. I don't mean that at all. But
Right,
that's why I said like a little bit. It almost sounds like you were shook to where it's like you had this. You were living two lives.
I bought
See, I feel like I have a good buddy, one of my best friends, and his dad is I don't know exactly what sort of police officer he was, but he was a police officer, maybe highway patrol. I don't know. But the stories that his dad told him, like, it makes sense to me how his dad acts now, because his dad saw shit.
Yeah.
And my dad was an ER doctor. And so my dad has a different worldview than me or anybody else, because he saw what happened at the 4th of July party when this guy blew his hand apart. There's 400 parties going on in Joplin. Right. He saw the one where the fingers got blown off, or he saw the one chainsaw accident. So in my dad's worldview, he saw the worst possible outcome for whatever the most normal thing should be. That's how my friend's dad was with the highway patrol.
Gotcha.
And he is exactly like that. And I can't hold it against him, because like, dude, you've seen humanity at its worst. So why, of course you're going to act like that. Of course, when you go to the grocery store and you see this person, you're like, I know that person.
Yeah.
And that person cut that person's fucking head off, or, whatever.
Have you ever met Theron's dad?
No, Theron's talked about it. Yeah.
Great dude. I call him Sarge because...
I've seen some hunting videos with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so intimidating looking, but he's just, I've been around him with his, family. I love that whole entire family.
Yeah.
Cooper's kind of...
Yeah.
He's iffy.
I don't know about Coop.
No.
Yeah.
I love them all. They're awesome, and he's a great dude. I guess they ran into my wife this morning at Walmart and stuff, and just, they're just good people, and the shit he has to probably see is as a highway patrolman on a motorcycle. That's who you should have in sometime.
Theron's talked about it, and I'm definitely willing.
Just don't talk about drugs with him. But other than that,
I don't do drugs.
No, other than that, seriously though, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
And like, man.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you what gym we were at. So we're at a gym.
Yeah.
And me and Theron are training, and we had somebody come to film us. And
like recently?
No, this was a while back. And so, like, it was awesome. And so there was a new guy there. So it wasn't like an open gym time. It was like in the morning, but this one kid came with this other kid, and you can clearly smell marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
Do your thing, homie. Yeah. If you got to smoke, I heard it's the best thing ever. Joe Rogan says smoke weed and do boxing, work out. Maybe one of these days.
It's not good for learning new techniques.
Right. But I heard it's spiritual, right?
Feels good.
So, I mean, come on. I know what weed smells like.
Yeah.
Clearly this kid's buzz. So Theron's like, so I'm doing workout with him. He's like, hey, my dad's going to stop by. I was like, oh, cool. Dad rolls up, just full on uniform. This kid.
Oh no.
This kid's just sitting right there.
Bad trip.
He doesn't. He's there to see me and Theron and talk to us, and it was awesome. And I'm just kind of looking over at this kid's like, this kid won't even move. Like, it was awesome. It was the most awkward thing ever, and it was just like,
yeah.
Like he could have just been like, hey, what's up, buddy? But he's not that guy. He's just a great dude with probably some crazy stories.
Well, he works with a part of society that most people don't.
On Highway 44.
Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine pulling somebody over and being like,
that's the worst highway in the United States. They said was Highway 44, supposedly.
For what?
Trafficking.
Child or people trafficking?
People trafficking, drug trafficking. I heard it's the worst.
I believe it.
He could probably tell me that I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think it's probably one of the worst they were saying.
I believe it.
It's scary.
Well, I know this area is.
Right.
Because of the trucking companies. We're in the middle of the country. We can get to each coast, equally fast or whatever. So that makes sense to me. But, like, yeah, someone like Theron's dad, like, he works with a part of society that we don't see. I don't want to see.
No.
I just want to live like a normal human. I want to podcast and have a good time. I don't want to be like, what did that guy do? and he's in line with me at Walmart. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't want to know. So I'm happy for people like Darren's
Yep.
dad that can take that responsibility and like, well, goddamn, pretty much keep our society glued together.
Did you ever go to the Predator website where it shows you?
Yeah,
It's pretty crazy.
it's pretty crazy, dude.
I mean, they have to be registered.
Right.
It's just I don't know. It's scary as hell. I don't want to look around it where I'm at right now, but it's like you don't want to know, but you do want to know.
Right.
It's like I don't know. It's scary when you involve kids.
Right. It's a whole nother level because the kids have that.
They're so innocent.
Yes, I was gonna say pure, but innocence the right word. They have that innocence that once
It's like the
gone,
Peter Pan effect. You don't want them to grow
Right.
up. You want
Right.
to stay. And then as having a kid now,
Yeah.
like me and my wife, we look at freaking videos when she was a newborn, just like,
right.
we
Yeah.
just miss her
So
being
quick.
Now she's already mouthing the other day. Oh, I was holding her tight. This is actually this morning, and I was holding her down, and we were wrestling on the bed, and my wife's in the other room doing laundry, and she can't hear. And she says, "Dad, let go." And I'm like, "No, you're mine." And she says, "Jesus Christ."
Whoa.
And you hear Mandy do, "Ryan," and I'm
Yeah,
like, "I
right.
didn't say it. She did."
Yeah.
But God, they're sponges, man. They pick
Right.
up. Again, I have a foul mouth, a potty mouth. That's why it's funny when me and TJ are together because, he really, his worst cuss word he says is probably butthead or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and I always tease.
Raspberry.
Yeah. And I always tease him if I say, I like to say the F word. I like to say this. I like to say I cuss like a sailor because I was a sailor for 5 years.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I can't blame it because I always talked like that, but
Yeah.
it's funny because we can always, joke about it. Me and TJ, that's how close we are. But like, if he says something, if I say a cuss word and I look at him, he's just like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, "Bro, I'll say 10 Hail Marys for you. I got you." But
Yeah, right,
And he's just
right.
like, you know what I mean? We can joke about that,
Right.
but
That's why I feel like you and me mesh together
Yeah,
the best.
100%,
Like we
dude.
got the whiskey,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mean rough in a bad
No,
way.
good.
Like I don't think I've ever been in a real fight. You've been in a lot of fights.
stupid fight.
Yeah, but I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
but you
But I
have
hate
been
those.
there.
Right, I hate those guys that come to the gym like, "Oh, bro, I'm a street fighter."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Fuck." I mean, I've had one boxing match when I was young,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I cut weight wrong. I lost 15 pounds in one day just to get there on that next day.
doesn't
Like
seem
stupid.
good. Yeah.
So I cut 15 pounds Friday
Right.
just to make this weight to find out that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And we weigh in on fight day, which was Saturday.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, bro. And so I had to cut like another pound. And then guess what I ate after I weighed in?
Burger King.
Burger King.
I don't know why I knew that, but I knew that.
I just can't make this up.
Right.
And I went and I fought this kid. I just remember like walking in there, my adrenaline's pumping. The coach at the time, he's a local tough man. To this day I love him. He talks about me to this day at the VFW, which probably gets people want to hate me, But I just remember going out there and I just remember blacking out, man. Like the lights went. I was getting hit in the face, and I just remember this kid I would whip his kid's ass to this day.
Yeah.
Just being stupid. Like I don't remember it really at all.
Huh.
I just remember I didn't get knocked out. Because my dad talks about it. He's
Yeah.
like, "You get knocked out. You got hit, and it's just like your legs were wobbling, and you're throwing at somebody. And he's like over here, and you get hit again. And then he's like, the ref just kind of waved it off, and like to me, like I was like, my dad just like, "Man, I just don't want you. I don't want you fighting anymore. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you doing that." But then I joined a real boxing gym, which it wasn't a gym at the time, but it was in another guy's garage, Jeff Hines, and he showed me how to do it. But watching him coach, man, that just I get just I'm not saying it's the same high, but I get just high when my guys fight.
Yeah.
Most of my guys, they don't know. I'm barfing in the bathroom before they even go out. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah. Especially because I know I invest time in them, but not just investing time with them, and they're supporting my name and all that shit. I don't really give a fuck about that. What I care about is like, dude, like I literally care about you.
Yeah.
As a person.
Truly.
I truly care about you. I care about your family. I love all my guys' wives. I love their fucking kids. you know what I mean? If something bad happened, you know, knock on wood, like I would, you know, just, bro, give them to me. Just come, you know, whatever. Like, I truly care about, I got a small group of people, like I said, you know, maybe someday I'll have an army or something, but, you know, I got a great group of people, and, you know, I'll take them over your big fancy fucking gyms any day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, like, fancy gym to me is like, look at James Krause again. Like, dude, he's been a big inspiration to me. I trained with him like 3-4 times and just been to, you know, and like, dude, like, he's getting so famous for how good he is, and like, for me to just text him, like, ask him a question,
cool
and he shoots me back like right away. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
TJ Brown, like, what I like about him the best is he is cool as hell, and he has his own gym, but he's a full-time coach over there as well, right? So you are the biggest and baddest dude over at your own gym, right? And now he goes all the way to Glory to do his fight camps.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When he goes to Glory, he's not a coach anymore. He's a student.
I see. Right.
He's a black belt. He's a stud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart, dude. You're only young. What, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, he's just doing his thing. And like, what I like about him the most, though, is he's a big time dad.
Oh, right.
Just, dude.
He knows his roles
fucking,
and the priority of these roles.
If I can say anything about him, he rocks the fucking fatherhood thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, when I first met him, we hung out, and then he came back and did a fight, and his son was hanging out with one of my buddy's sons, and my buddy's son's just a crazy little shit, and he's like, what's your fight nickname? And I remember his name's Kyler Brown, and he does, oh, well, my dad's name's Downtown TJ Brown. They call me Kyler Uptown Brown.
Nice.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right,
And it was awesome. And then my buddy's son Noah, which is just a great kid, he does, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with like Viper or like Blackhawk or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
awesome.
Just like fucking, just like what?
That's like a boys'
Yeah,
club,
100%.
Like treat up in the tree.
Oh my God,
clubhouse. What's your name? Viper. Get up here, Viper.
Come on in, buddy.
I would be Stinky Gypsy, but Stinky Hippie.
And dude, and the Gypsy name, I'm rocking. You know, I thought that was like dumb at first. People were calling me a gypsy, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm rolling with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like it.
Dude,
I like
got
it.
Gypsy boxer on the back of my truck right now. Like,
Nice.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's
just,
cool.
I have my garage, but I travel.
Yeah.
And I kind of roll with it. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a weird lifestyle.
It is. It's you know, gypsy is like, to me, freeing.
Yep.
It's like a freeing thing. Like, you flow, you roll with the punches, as they say. You know, if you got to train in your garage, okay, we'll train in the garage. If we want to climb this mountain and train at the top of this mountain, we will.
I had a kid call me, you know, like one day I got emotional. I made a post about when I lived in Arkansas, all these assholes not like wanting me to coach in their gyms. Dude.
Because you don't have a home gym?
I don't know. You know, I don't want people to think I got a big head, because I've been told that before. I'm just confident. I'm confident in what I do.
Right.
And I know I want to do it for the rest of my life now.
Right.
But to me, it's like most of those gyms in Arkansas, they didn't have, around here even, they don't have a good coaching system or striking system. Most of them were awesome on the ground and stuff, but like, you know, a lot of their guys seek me out. We'd train together, but then they're like, hey, just don't post pictures with Mosburg, though. You can go train with them. Just don't. It's like, okay, that's stupid.
Right.
But again, I cared so much. I was like, man, that hurt my feelings. I was like, oh, my
yeah.
God. You know, feeling sorry for myself. Now I'm older, and it's like, you pussy. But anyways, Theron literally told me before I came out here, don't say anything you're going to regret, Ryan. I said, well, Theron, we are drinking some bourbon.
We're brave. We'll blame the Four Roses.
Yeah. I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but you know who you are. I offered my services to them. They said, no, we're going to go our own route. Cool. Guess what? Zarek is still whooping all your guys' asses in your gym. It's so awesome. I love that kid. Just rocking it.
That feels
fucking
good.
rocking it, dude.
Zarek's a badass.
Yeah, he's good. But all my guys are freaking humble. Theron's probably the cockiest. TJ's pretty cocky too, but they're not like, they're in a good way.
If Theron is your cockiest,
I know, right?
What in the world?
Yeah, dude, isn't he great
he
with
says
new
5
people?
words every time I see him.
Isn't he great with new people though?
Yeah, I mean, fantastic.
Yeah, like he's gonna be, he's already basically one of my other coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then TJ, he freaking rocks it, coaching
TJ.
as well. And so the other day I was laughing because I had a practice on Friday, and TJ walked through the doors, and I just looked at him, I was like, "What are you doing here?" I've never seen him on a Friday before unless he was fighting, because he's very mixed in with school activities, and he has all that, so it was cool. So me and him just freaking mesh well. We might butt heads here and there, but that's just our brother shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He talks bad about, somebody talks bad about him, or somebody talks bad about me. We're going to be the first ones to say, "Hey, shut your mouth."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that's how we all feel with all of our people.
Right.
And, but it's funny because he was coaching these guys. I'm coaching over here. And then we look at each other, like, "Hey, we want to switch these." And you go, yep. All right. And we just kind of, we flow good
because
together.
you guys saw it as coaches, like,
Yeah.
this would be better.
Mm-hmm.
See, why? I don't understand why that's a big deal. The goal at the end of the day is, like, we're trying to all get better. And if this is a better fit, then why? I don't know. I don't understand that at all.
Right.
The anti-cross training. Like,
so stupid, dude.
you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Why don't we swap and, like, here's my strengths, here's your strengths. Like, everyone's better for it.
Right.
I don't get that at all. It literally it's annoying to me. Like, why aren't we? I don't.
I'm trying to
get
think
it.
of something to say that.
Pussy. No, man. I don't know. Like I said earlier, like that's one reason I really admire what you do and admire, like, your passion for it, because it is so roll with the punches. It's not, this is how it's supposed to be, and this is how. It's just like, how can I do this? Well, that's how I'm gonna do it.
So some of my guys that, not like my guys, but like other people we all mutually know, they'll tell me something about somebody else said something about me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. This one kid thinks, like, why is he coaching? He doesn't have any fights, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny to me, like, again, it used to bother the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then just, Theron's like my yin to my yang too. Same with TJ.
Mm-hmm.
They calm me down. They're like my wives of the combat sports, where my wife, she saves my ass. You know what I mean? I should have been dead or in prison without her if I never married her.
Good wife.
For sure. And so, burping over here. But like, I'm trying to think how to word this without sounding like an asshole. I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about. Kind of buzzing our head.
No, it's good, man. It's good. It's fine.
No,
we're like 2.5 hours. Oh, we're 3 hours in. Fuck it, who cares?
I started texting me like, "Where are you at?"
Right. I'm in a podcast. Yeah, man. I mean, you're dealing with masculine egos, right? On one level,
Big time.
You're dealing with insecurity. I say that from a point of this morning. I was insecure to come fight today. It's everybody's got it, and you're dealing with a combat sport that, without the rules, you should be dead if you lose.
Yep.
So you put all those together, you're gonna have some turmoil between people and different camps of styles and philosophies and whatnot. So it makes sense to me that there is some sort of an antagonism between all that. But I don't know. I feel like we could get above it and get beyond it.
I guess there's this like I was saying. I just came back to me. I didn't know what I was gonna say.
I got us.
So my buddy would tell us that, like, "Hey, this kid thinks this of you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that bums me out because I thought we were cool.
Right.
But he's running his mouth. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say he's a purple belt, but he doesn't know how to box. So I
Yeah.
mean, there's that. But anywho, it's just like, dang, dude, I thought we were cool, and now it's just, but I took that so like hard. Now it's just like, I don't need you in my life.
Right.
I don't care.
Well, you're more secure. More
It's
mature,
like,
more secure.
Like I'm like I already said, I'm a big fan of James Krause and what he does.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I get along with most of those guys there. You know what I mean? Yep. I don't care.
What do you look for in those coaches that you look up to?
So James is more of a business guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, I think he has like 16 UFC guys on his roster now
Whoa.
in Kansas City. Right?
Whoa. That sounds cool.
Tim Elliott fought last night against a freaking Russian that was, I don't know, he's Russian. He's from around there. But guess who's cornering him? Khabib.
Oh, wow.
Habib, right?
Yeah.
So Habib is undefeated as a coach supposedly right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Guess who beat him? It was Tim Elliott, little boy from Kansas City. He was the first one to whoop that kid's ass.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. But with James he reads a bunch of books about business and he talks about it and stuff like that. And throughout, like, Theron is a big part of this with him as well, because Theron's a very smart kid. He thinks about what he wants and he goes after it. And kudos to that kid for that. Like, you know, he, you know, when my emotions were getting the best of me, he's actually one of my top kids that would just calm me the fuck down. Like, I'd call him about it all, you know. I've probably called him like 4 times a day to talk about some shit that I wanted to get off my chest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was, you know, he was telling me, you know, he offered a book advice, and now I'm reading a book. Cool. And just, you know, it's my first book without pictures. I'm kind of, you know, it's kind of a big deal, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which one is it?
See, I already forgot the name of it. Like,
Damn it, I want to read it.
It's not Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh.
That's my second one I'm going to read.
That's a good one.
It's
For
something
business.
else. Fine, dude.
It's a business book?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Rich
To
Dad
me,
Poor
it's
Dad's
like,
a good one.
I know how to coach.
Yeah.
Now I need to know how to keep pumping where, you know, my wife's secure, my family's secure.
Oh, I see.
Guess what? Like, my day job right now with my dad, like, we have some of the best insurance. My wife and daughter's covered.
It's important.
Anything. It's fucking important. It's scary.
Yeah.
Just taking a chance on myself. Like, I'm literally the only one that doesn't believe in myself right now just to fucking say, fuck it, let's do this. You know, I'm losing my voice right now talking to it about it.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I got so many people behind me backing me up, like, dude, you need to do this. Okay, I got a lot of people telling me I need to do this. Then I got some people that actually really believe in me. Some people that just tell me to do it just because they want a place to fucking work out at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not fucking paying my bills for my daughter.
Right. You're not taking the risk.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking terrifying. I'd rather just say screw everybody and go back to Hawaii, and I'll live on the damn beach for about an hour.
Right.
I told my wife, I said, you ever leave me? Anything ever happens to me? You
know where I'll be?
I'm bye.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean about it. Just,
Right.
dude, it's so much. It's easier over there. I can't say it's easier over there. It's, you know, my first year over there, it was easy just because we spent so much money and we lived like tourists, and it was freaking awesome. We were going on hikes, we're doing this, and then she had a normal job where she was inside all the time. My job was on the water 24/7. So when I got off work, I went to the bar and got drunk like an idiot, and then just wanted to be home. When she got off work, she wanted to go to the beach and get some sun.
You've been there all day.
Yeah, dude, I'm baked out of my mind just from the rays.
Right.
And so that kind of, it didn't make a bump. That's how I love her so much. You know what I mean? Like, you got that yin and yang, like you and your wife. Like, dude, like, we knew it was always going to work. But once we lost that baby, like, we were so pumped. It fucked with us. So she, of course, hated it. Yeah. So she wanted to move back right away. So I'm doing a lot of hand gestures right now.
It's okay.
But I am working on the coolest job in the fucking world, bro.
Yeah.
On a boat. And I'm just over here like I'm just gone, you know, after this happened. I remember the day it happened, I called my dad at work, you know, just crying like a little puss, you know what I mean? Like, just like, he's
like
working.
A man.
Yeah. And I called in sick that day, obviously. I didn't go in, but the next day I had to go into work. I just remember just sitting there, just having that cold breeze hit me in the face. We're going down the coastline, and there's an island. It's called the Forbidden Islands, Niihau. It's a cool story. Look it up. Niihau Instant. It's a good little book, 75-page book. But I'm looking at the island. I just remember, like, you know, when people talk to me, like, hey, what island's that? You know, I talk to them. This guy comes up to me. I feel so bad for him, like, from Texas or something.
Sure.
Hey, mate, what island's that? I said, it's fucking, what did I say? I think I said it's California. And he just, damn, really? And I said, no, dumbass, it's another island. You know, like, at that day, I knew, I was like, all right, I need to get out of my job. Just because I already took it for granted. You know, I ruined that guy's trip from being an asshole just because of my pain. You know what I mean? He paid good money. He paid $180 just to ride a boat just for some asshole from Kansas to tell him that was California.
That's significant pain, though.
It was bad pain. But again, like, he didn't deserve that. He didn't fucking know what that was.
Yeah.
I had to tell people what that island was every day for
Right.
5.5,
Right.
almost 5 years.
Oh, that's ni hao.
Ni hao.
Yeah. There's an
You know?
interesting
Yeah.
story behind that.
Yeah, and so I would make shit up. I told my buddy that, I told some people it was Japan, and then I would just tease it with him, like, no, that's actually blah. You know what I mean? We'd make stuff up and have fun with it. But with that guy, I was sincere. I was just like, it's California. Like, oh, really? No, no, dumbass, it's Russia. He looks at me. I'm like, like, I was like, man. Called my wife that night when I was walking. I said, let's move, because she already wanted to move, and so it sucked. That whole month sucked. Just. Jiu-jitsu was awesome though, because I was taking out my aggression on it. And
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And like this guy, oh, what guy? You want to throw on some gloves? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Do whatever.
Let's do it. Beat me. Just let him hit me. You know what I mean? Like so that sucked. And then we moved back. People, then I had to deal with all these assholes. Like, why'd you move back from Hawaii to Pittsburgh? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. He's like, I don't have to explain myself to you. But,
Right. It was time.
Yeah.
That's a good enough answer. It was time. That's the same with me and Kelsey. We're moving back from California. I was like, if we move back, we have to have a plan. We established a plan, and we moved back. Like, that's it.
That's what all the kids always from Hawaii thought I was from, was Cali.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I always wanted to go, too. I never got to go.
You never went to Cali?
Nope.
You went to Hawaii? I wonder how similar they are. Probably. They might be a little similar. The coast, like Costa Mesa and Huntington Beach, that.
I would love to go to Costa Mesa.
Yeah. The beach is cool. The town, it's like, it's
right.
another town, man. Yeah. It's an interesting story.
I don't know, man. Then, so we lost that one, came back over, and then she got, we were living in Bentonville, and she got pregnant again. Now you're thinking, like, you can't get too excited.
Right.
I don't want to get too excited.
Right.
And then we had a beautiful daughter, pain in my ass, but she's just awesome.
She's so cute.
Thank God she looks like her mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's awesome. She got pregnant again, and then we lost another one. It's just like, F this. And then she got pregnant again. Now we have a little boy. And we're going to name him Max after my grandfather.
Nice.
And so, I think I want to be done, but she wants another girl now. I'm like, damn, girl. Like, then this third one's probably going to be twins or something. It's going to just fuck my world up.
Right,
rock my world.
Yeah.
How
do you feel like fatherhood has changed you as a man?
I'm still pretty. You think I would clean up my language and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's just you though. Like,
it's just me.
That don't bother me.
Man, so I had that new kid that was in, and good kid, and how my kid was just wanting my attention the whole time. So she's wearing a princess dress, and she has her pink boxing gloves on. I'm like, I do 3 minutes on like I did with you, and then your break is you're sitting over there and you're not talking to me right now. And I got a full minute with my daughter, and she's just beating on me. And I was like, all right, it's your break time. And she's okay, daddy. And then I go with him again.
Yeah.
So she did that for a whole hour. She did that with me.
That's
She just
awesome.
wanted it. Like, she says, daddy,
She
what's
wants
up?
to be with you. Oh yeah.
So when my wife tells her to go to bed, it's bedtime. She says, daddy, let's fight one time. I'm like, all right, let's
How
do
can
this.
you turn that down?
Yeah, let's go, girl.
Yeah.
And so I remember my wife calling me when I was picking up my daughter from school, and she's like, hey, where you at? And I was like, I'm driving, about to pick up Mila. And she's like, all right, so one of the teachers just called me, and she got bit today. And I said, by a spider? And she says, no, by another child. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, Ryan, just be calm.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm calm.
Yeah.
She's like, Ryan, be calm. I was like, all right. So I get to school, and I got to fill out all this paperwork.
Really?
Like my kid stabbed somebody, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I filling it out when my kid got bit? And I asked, sweethearts. They're all good people that work there.
Right.
And so one of them was the afternoon crew, and so she was like a younger girl.
Yeah.
And I said, which one did it? And she's like, "Oh, I can't tell you that." I said, "You can't tell me who bit my daughter?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I can't. And, like, legally, I can't." And I said, "Was it a boy or a girl?" She's like, "I can't say that." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I said, "Mila, who bit you?" She's Allie. I said, "Oh shit!" And
That's hilarious.
And the teachers, her eyes were this big. I looked at Mila. I said, "Hey, snitches get stitches." I said, "Don't you ever title anybody again." She's "Sorry, Daddy." And I looked at her and I said, "When's Allie's dad get here?" And she's like, "He usually doesn't come till 6. I'm like, "I'm not waiting that long." I said, "You let him know what's up." I said, "Is he big though?" And she's like, "I don't think he's that big." I was like, "All right, thank God."
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and so I told her, I was like, I told them, I said, "Dude, she's around boxing all the time. She's watching fights.
Yeah.
She's with me." I'm like, "My daughter's going to defend herself. Like, if you call me because my kid hit somebody because she got bit, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh.
Right.
If she's flunking a grade, my wife's going to go in and talk to the teacher.
Right.
If she breaks somebody, little boy's nose, that's a little jackass that's pulling her hair or something, then good for her.
Yeah.
I love it.
As long as she's not instigating it,
Right.
Yeah.
And my kids will never be a bully.
Right.
Oh, my God. I will beat my kids with an inch of their life if I ever find out they're a bully.
Right.
I hate bullies.
I don't feel like that's the mindset that is cultivated when you train like this. It's much more of a, I'm in control, and if I need to use this, I will.
Yep.
Rather than like, I'm going to attack you because I don't feel like I have power or agency.
Dude,
or,
so
I don't know.
So today when you were at the gym, there's so many different levels of guys, right?
Right.
Usually when I, shoot, dude, last time there was like 45 guys in that place.
Yeah. Good Lord.
It was pretty awesome.
That is cool.
So guess what? Everybody has a level. So let's say if I went with you, and
You did go with me.
I did go with you.
Yeah.
And what was I telling you to do? I wanted you to work. I wanted you to find somebody and just like hit. But I wasn't hitting you hard or nothing.
You hit me pretty hard, Ryan.
No. But if I started rocking your shit for no reason because I know I could, you're a turd.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Work on your defense. Do something else. That's what I told Ben today. Like, it's like I just want you to jab him. I said, he's very new. That's why I made it official to everybody. If I got a new guy there that's never thrown a punch or done anything, I told everybody, I said, he is very new. So if I see his face bleed, I'm going to make your face bleed. That's just how it is. And my guys know that. My guys are that good where I know they're not going to be pricks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Dalton's like, I'll just hold my gloves up and you just do what you did with Ryan.
And I saw that.
That's what I did,
I was like, hell yeah.
That was perfect.
Because he said he was newer, right?
Yeah.
But he's still been there more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but it still was a good workout. It still felt good. He was still moving. It gave me a big body to work with.
Yep.
And then, of course, I go with Theron, and he's like, punch me. And I'm like, he literally was like, punch me. He held his face right there. I'm like, God damn it. I just smoked him. He goes, that was a good one. I go, God, okay, fine.
Theron told me just to punch him. Bro, I would rock his shit.
I just felt terrible.
Let's talk about that body shot I gave him like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
So he's running around. Again, he's everything that I showed him, but he's just so much faster.
God, so fast.
And it pisses me off.
So wiry.
And so, like, I can control everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But him, that little asshole, is just like little Mexican,
Yep, 100%.
It's just, I can't. And what makes it worse is little sister Cooper right there laughing because I'm trying to hit him and I'm like hyperextending my elbows because little asshole's moving, right? And so he's laughing. So I start hitting him hard in the body, and I swear he just bounced up. I thought I got him in the body. In my mind, I got him in the body, but I guess I got him in the dick. Oh. It just dropped him. And I started doing Muhammad Ali shuffle. I'm like, that's what you get. Messing with dad like that, bro. You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
I mean, he had the full dick protection on today, so he must have just smoked him.
It just looks cool.
Right?
I get hurt more in that. Like, Zarek and Ben are known punching people in the dicks.
What?
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a dick magnet.
Yeah.
You're
right. The gloves go to the dick. No, like I said, Cooper smoked me in the diaphragm. And I was like, oh, my God, dude.
Again, that's a kid that doesn't know the proper punching yet.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It was good though. Like it was hard enough to wake me up,
right?
But not hard enough to I gotta sit down.
Because if I wish I would have saw that, because in my mind he doesn't know what he's really doing right now.
Yeah,
he's a big, strong kid.
Yeah,
hell of a little just a hell of an athlete. Yeah. just think, I call him Twinkle Toes because he always bounces up and down. But he probably punched you, right? But his left, his right or his left was down, and I would have countered, me, Theron, anybody, would have countered it. And so we're like, me knowing that ruck, kind of got you. It's like,
it was good. I appreciate it.
You're lucky me or Theron or TJ didn't get a hold of you.
Yeah.
TJ's really good at body shots too, and he loves setting that stuff up.
Really?
Oh God, yeah, dude.
I just was using my jab. I just
which was great.
Yeah, Ryan said my jab's good. I'm just gonna keep doing my jab, and I felt good. Like every time you step forward,
jab is king.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bop, bop, bop.
But even like Jalen, was it Jalen? Yeah, even Jalen was getting some body shots. I'm like, I have to address this at some point.
And he's great at he's just my little freaking silent killer. You know what I mean? He'll just walk up there and just try to do like 9 body shots to the body until you just hook him into the head. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Everybody is so different, unique in my group. It's awesome.
Yeah, but everybody's cool.
Oh yeah, dude.
Everybody's got a good vibe. There was nobody there when I was like, I don't like you.
I won't have that.
Yeah.
Let's say we had a guy there that you didn't like that new kid today. I liked him. I liked his style.
Yeah, he fit right in.
You know what I mean? He wasn't a prick. He was kind of throwing a little, I will address it right away. It's like, dude, check your balls at the door.
Yeah.
We usually go pretty light to the head just because when me and TJ started with, I'm not saying we sparred wrong, I think. Just, man, we were just, my first guy, I was a punching dummy for him. And then when I met Jeff, he taught us the fundamentals of boxing, but like, we still sparred wrong, I think.
Like too hard.
I think, 100%, dude. And so, like, you see all these other guys, like Trevor Whitman, like we talked about earlier, like he teaches his guys, like, just kind of your light spark, kind of what we did today, like. Yeah. And look at Zarek, for example. He does that all the time, and then he goes out there and just whoops that ass. And I'm not trying to burst him up, but, he's a kid that's so humble. I got to give him light a fire under his ass and be like, bro, like, no,
let's get going.
We can do this with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I need you to get mean, bite down your mouthpiece.
Right.
Like this one kid one time came in and he was just like kind of throwing hard at him and just pressuring him and kind of rocking Zarek. Zarek's like, oh, good. And I said, all right. Now I need you to stop talking to him. This kid is a professional kickboxer. Stop talking to him. Tell him he's doing good. He knows he's doing good. I need you to be a fucking...
Zarek was telling him.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Getting knocked... Oh, fuck. That was great. Now I need you to get mean. And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like like I said, when he goes into a fight, he just has a switch. It just turns, and it's great.
I mean, you got to have that.
Yeah.
If you're going to compete, you got to have that switch.
And Theron, he moves so fast, dude, but... He actually hits really effing hard.
Yeah. It looks like it,
Effing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, which, he knows I'm his elder, so he doesn't hit me hard.
Yeah.
But it's just, man, like when we do mitts, I mean, you could feel just, bro, he throws that out so fast. And some people yell at him, like, keep your hands up. I'm like, hey, you know what? Whatever he's doing right now, it's working. Yeah. And once he gets knocked his ass out or something for not keeping his hands up, then we'll address the situation.
Right.
We really want Muhammad Ali's grandson. His name's Walsh, Nicole Walsh or whatever his name is, but I don't know.
We know your grandpa, bro.
But like, I will never disrespect his grandpa, right?
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
But he has like the butterfly bee tattoos, and he's like 3-0 right now, 4-0, but he's fighting turds.
How old is he?
I don't know. I think he's still in his 20s.
Oh, so
but he's
young.
Fighting turds, right? So the last guy he knocked out had a better record than him. So me and Theron called his ass out, like, hey, we want to fight this guy that just got beat by Nicole Walsh.
I see.
But you know what I mean? The guy's like, nope, not fighting Theron.
You'll fight Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Because it's a name builder, bro.
Oh, I see.
This guy's 2-0.
Yeah.
This guy was 6-0. And then went the distance and lost, I think. I don't think he got knocked out or anything. But it's just like, damn, bro. Like, Theron would smoke his ass. I'm not saying that because he's my guy. I'm saying that because I'm that confident.
Both.
TJ would smoke his ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Zarek would smoke this kid's ass. And I'm just really confident in my people. Again, some people say I'm getting a big head because my guys are getting better. I'm not. I'm just that confident, and I'm confident in myself finally.
Right.
As a coach.
100%. I
You know
can
what I
feel
mean?
that. I can feel that 100%.
Yeah. It's just, man.
So what's it going to take to get to that level? You know, like let's say that Theron is that good, you know, just hypothetically speaking. What's it going to take to get that
First
level?
off, I don't want to give that kid a bigger head than he already has.
That's why I looked right at him.
Yeah.
He's watching this right now.
I don't know, man. We got to travel a little bit more.
Because the boxing world's, you know, like
very
all
tight,
worlds.
man.
Yeah, all worlds, it's very small. And
First off, let me shout out to Dallas Cook out of Galena, Heartland Boxing, right? Dallas, I mean, OG, right? His sons, OGs. Dude, they're my age, and I still looked up to him when I was like boxing with Jeff Hines and stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was like a thing, but I'm with him, and then they're with them. That's before cross training really
the
got
sons and the dad.
just no.
Broke apart?
Me with Jeff
Oh,
over here, behind me, TJ, everybody over here, and then you got Heartland over there, which, man, I just started, like, TJ started working out with them more, and then I started kind of coming around. Dude, I love those guys. Like, I grew up watching them, even though they were the same age as me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, yeah, dude, I fuck with Jesse, Dylan. They're just studs. Dallas, I look up to him so much. It's kind of, you know what I mean? If he doesn't know that, I do. It's just, how he has his own little clique over there, and they're very traditional boxing. My guys are very unorthodox. And, you know, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. But guess what? You know, every time we see each other, you know, it's a big hug, it's a picture, it's a handshake. Like, it's cool as hell. Like, that means a lot to me
respect.
that he lets me come into his gym and bring me my guys and that I want. And TJ trains with Jesse a lot now, which is cool as hell. Like, if I would be the biggest shit coach ever if I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you going over there all the time? Stop training with him.
Right.
What are you doing? Like, whatever. Go do your thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's that, and then I don't even know where I was going with this, but like it's cool. Like cross training is just the shit. I guess.
Well, imagine the connection that you have with your fighters.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And they go cross train and they learn. It's affecting you.
Hell yeah, dude.
In a positive way.
Yep.
You're learning. They come back to like, this is why I learned. You go, oh, I've never seen it that way, or oh, I have seen it that way, and that is a good way to do it. Add this in there, take that away. I mean, you guys are connected. You have this symbiotic sort of connection. So to not let them go out and just it's a hinder. You would hinder them.
It blows
You would
my
hinder their
mind that
skill.
people don't allow
Weird.
that.
It's weird.
I love how we're just jumping all over.
This is what happens
Bro.
at the end of the podcast, and this much whiskey is gone, dude. It's fine.
I feel like we've talked about so much fighting, and then it's Hawaii, then child trafficking, ghost, and then I mean,
I've learned a lot about conversation on this podcast. Yeah, the energies, like people bring up things. I'm just like, all right, let's go for this for a while. There's something at the end of this theme that we'll get to. I don't know what it is, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so I don't stop anybody.
bro,
most of the time.
I could call my wife right now and be like, "Yo, don't wait up for me.
Right.
We're finishing this bottle."
Oh my God. That part of the podcast might not make it. That'll just be
You definitely don't want to hear that shit.
ridiculous
I'm saying.
profanity. Like 9/11 was a fucking inside job.
100%.
Which it was. That's why I love you, dude. You
100%.
You know, dude.
Thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fucking billionaire
We
from
paid
Iraq.
you.
Yeah, that worked for the CIA. That's on the
Yeah.
fucking payroll. The whole Bin Laden family is like chill with the
Safe.
Bushes. They're chill with. They went to the Bush Ranch and hung out together back in the day.
Let's talk about the Clintons.
No, I don't want to die.
Okay, I don't either.
Dude. But
She
if we were to
terrifies
talk
me.
about, dude, she's creepy.
She's a, you know,
Murderer.
yeah.
She is 100%. The whole Epstein thing is fucking hilarious.
Right.
That is the most in-your-face fake conspiracy of all time.
And it's right in our face.
I'm talking in your face. The security camera just happened to break that day. The security guard took too long of a nap, and the coroner or the autopsy person is like, there's no way this is not a hanging. This is a strangle.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
Okay.
And then the buffest cellmate ever from like an ex-mob.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, get the fuck.
Oh, he didn't do anything? No,
Bro,
dude.
look at his arms. Of
Yeah.
course he strangles people.
Yeah, right. They
What?
say that he did it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. That they paid him off. Or they,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Or they just said, screw it. Hey, you go to recess and
Yeah.
then we'll bring a bunch of people in here.
Which that chick
Giselle?
is on trial right now, and it's getting no airtime on any of the
why?
corporate media because Ukraine is getting invaded. But it's because, because it's fucked up. She has connection to all these people.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, do you know
How's she
Chris
not
Hedges?
dead yet?
Yeah, great question.
Wait for it.
Do you know Chris? Yeah, do you know Chris Hedges?
Yeah.
Dude, Chris, you would like Chris Hedges. He's a little bit too despairing to me sometimes. Like he's like the world is ending, and I'm like, fuck, I hope not. But he's got a good view on the world. But just the other day, I saw a YouTube video. He was in Times Square, New York, and talking about the Giselle case. And he's like, I'm going to read you the people that were on that fucking plane with Jerry Epstein. And he starts reading their names, and the names are insane. Bill Gates and Steven Pinker, and they just keep going down the list.
Right.
That won't get in trouble. They'll just keep living their lavish lives or whatever. But there's no telling what happened.
It's terrifying.
It is
Just
terrifying.
thinking about
You
you
get
got
a
so
little
much
peek behind the
power.
corner,
Yeah.
or behind the curtain, dude.
That's why I never think I wanted to travel to LA to like do that weird shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's a
like,
big place.
It's a big place. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I want to know the feeling or the moment where you're like on this side of the curtain,
Right.
and you get to the curtain and you're like, do we go over?
Right.
Eyes wide shut type shit.
Yep.
Like what happens
Yep.
when you go on that side of the curtain?
Do you ever hear about Justin Bieber talking about that shit?
Maybe.
So like, he said some higher ups brought him into this dinner party, and they had a homeless guy there, and they basically told him to shoot him.
Oh God.
Yeah, just like take his life, and you're just blah blah blah. And then he said no, and that's when all of his tours got canceled for almost 2 years. He's still a fucking millionaire. I mean,
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
I don't know. You look into it. It was kind of like you're like, whoa. And that's when he became. He's more, he's not an idiot anymore. But when I was in Hawaii, he was an idiot all the time because he would come travel there and like demolish the hotel rooms and shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got a picture of him walking with his bodyguards.
Right.
Yeah.
Before all the tattoos.
He was going on our boat,
Yeah.
and then so I was supposed to work that day, and they're like, "Hey, so we're gonna put you on the raft." I'm like, "Whoa, I had Justin Bieber boat." You know what I mean?
right.
That's money to me.
Yeah. Oh,
That means
100%.
I'm getting a freaking hell of a tip
Yeah.
because of celebrity.
Right.
And they're like, "You voice your opinion too much, Ryan."
Wow.
I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, no, like,
Right. You
I'm
fucking
like-
kidding me?
So me and this one of my Captain Chads, we went on our raft, did our thing, came back, and then the boat was still there because he was late because he was getting a McFlurry at McDonald's. So him and his freaking two bodyguards just walking, and then my Chad is just a big Hawaiian, like likes to whole guy, and like fight, like scrap, and he's taking a picture, and that guy just said, "No pictures." He's like, "What, fucker? What you gonna do?" He said, "Ryan, you take this big one." What did he say? You take the small one. They're both huge. So
Yeah.
Goddamn, Chad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
and Justin Bieber's just laughing. So they went on their boat trip. This is how big of a pussy he is. They went on their boat trip. They bought the boat out for 8 hours. They lasted an hour and a half. Because he
Wow.
was seasick, throwing up. And then he made our captain put his iPod on, and it was nothing but Justin Bieber songs. I can't make that up. Bro, he likes to listen to his own music. Good
some
for
of
him.
it's okay. I mean, some of it's pretty catchy.
And the person that almost fell off the boat was his mom. Was so hammered and just
his mom?
the trashiest person ever.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
Just talking down to all of my crew members and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not cool.
you know, calling them names and stuff because
Yeah.
these kids were Hawaiian kids, and she was calling like darkies, like just being really rude. And, yeah,
Wow, man.
it's like, damn, okay,
Such a bummer.
yeah. It's just like you got all this fame because you're a boy.
Right,
Right.
right. I worked Killers of the Flower Moon this past 2020.
Can't wait to watch that.
Oh my god, it's gonna be. I think
It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's gonna be amazing.
I read up on it.
Yeah. But I was around Leo. I was around Scorsese. I was around
It's probably one of the best directors ever, right?
the best director.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you think he was on that side of the curtain? When I was around him, which was a lot during the summer,
Right.
pretty nice guy.
Really?
Seemed pretty normal, for as far as I could tell. Wore like old man tennis shoes, and he did have a little bit of a. I got to be really good friends with his driver, Lewis, which you would love Lewis.
Really?
Dude. Yeah, he was cool, man. He was about our age. He was a bodyguard and just started like driving Scorsese around, and then Scorsese liked him so much. He's like, "You're going to be my personal driver." And so he's like a bouncer. He's like a bouncer type body, like
Big
kind
dude?
of probably about your height, but very swole, like very big, like very round and big and strong, muscly, but really cool. Yeah, we had a lot of good talks. But Leo was a different breed.
Really?
Leo was different. You could tell he wasn't with us. He was somewhere else.
Really?
He was cool as shit. Like,
Yeah.
talked to the extras. Did not talk to me, the PA, but I didn't talk to him. Was nice though. Like, he wasn't
Give you a
mean
little
to me
nod or anything?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He walked by. Hey, how's it going? That's about it. But he would talk to the extras and smoke cigarettes with them.
Talk to me.
Yeah. No, that's how it was.
Yeah.
It was, dude.
That's
It was,
awesome.
It was Leo.
Leo.
But you could tell, like, man, where is this dude? Like, he ain't with us. He's on a different level. This is Leonardo DiCaprio. It was a very strange feeling to see him,
What was the other big star on there?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times.
That was Robbie.
Sad.
Really?
So old.
Old as hell.
Yeah,
huh?
very skinny, like old skinny. Was forgetting his lines and stuff. And
No shit.
yeah, I mean, he was old. It was cool to see him, but the best ever was the country singer, Turtles All the Way Down, Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, he was on there?
Oh my god, yeah, dude, he was the coolest fucking thing ever. he opened up this little pouch that he had. He had pre-rolled cigarettes. I think that's what they were. But like, he rolled his own cigarettes. He Sturgill. Do you know Sturgill Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, yeah. So his
Stud.
his vibe and
Yeah.
aura, and that's exactly who he was.
Yeah.
Like, this is
There's
cool,
so many
man.
people that you think they're acting, you know what I mean?
100%.
And then you see them, and then you're like, damn,
Disappointed.
dude.
Exactly.
So one of my favorite actors was Pierce Brosnan. growing
Okay,
up.
yeah.
That was my James Bond in my time. He lives on Kauai.
Okay.
Seeing him walk on the beach in a Speedo was probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
His wife, just
Oh, no.
beer belly. I'm like,
Oh,
fudge, no.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce, no.
Yeah.
And so then, like, you try to go talk to him. He's just like, I don't want
You
to bother him.
did? You did?
I kind of waved. I didn't.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable talking to a guy in a Speedo. First off, bro,
Right, yeah,
what are you
yeah.
doing in a Speedo?
Right.
On Honolulu Bay. That's weird as hell.
Yeah.
But so my uncle, we took out our little raft. We're all just pre-drinking one day, and we saw this badass yacht, and I was like, "Oh, Uncle Kev, go up to there. Yeah, I want to see who." So he drives up, and we're like looking, and he steps out, and I was like, "James," I was, kind of 10 Coors Lights deep.
Sure.
Yeah, James Bond. And he just gotta give us the boom, and then one of my other friends made a stupid other remark.
Yeah.
Stupid remark. I'm not gonna say,
Right.
but he flipped us off, and I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Dang, bro."
Yeah, not cool.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
so like it kind of ruined it for me. So like now when I see him act, I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Almost ran over Ben Stiller.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, for real.
With a boat?
No, with a car.
Oh, shit.
So I was driving my little nephew to school one day this was when I was just living over there for the summers, and we're driving. We're hitting this corner. There's this asshole with a black tarp over him running, like, because it was raining and stuff, you know what I mean? So it was like a black rain jacket. Scared the crap out of me. It was like 6 a.m. He's running this way. I'm just, just swerved off, almost ran into the ditch. Well, I did go in the ditch, but I was just dude, I was like terrified. Like,
Yeah.
if I had to go to the bathroom, I probably would have went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I popped out and like, yo, like that. Like, I am sorry. Flipped me off.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at him, like pointing at him. And he's just like, watch with it. Kind of chewed my ass a little bit, which
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
I deserve an ass, but
Yeah.
I whipped around the corner really fast.
Mm.
And I look over at my buddy, my cousin Nick, and he's just like, dude, I was Ben Stiller.
Oh my
I said, okay.
Right.
Thought I was going crazy.
Yeah. Right.
And so after that, every time I see his movies, like, yep, could have killed you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Right. Right. Right.
You're welcome. I had fast reflexes.
Yeah.
homie.
Right.
Like,
Should pay
I zoomed out.
attention,
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, Benny.
Yeah, dude.
I call him Benny because it pisses him off.
Well, you guys are close.
You know what I mean, dude, we're like homies now.
Yeah.
Like, I almost ended
Almost
your
took his life.
dude. And we'd always go to this little restaurant called Tahiti Nui,
Mm-hmm.
and George Clooney always came there. It's just like sitting there, and
So
like,
so these celebrities are coming in for just like chilling out.
movies or no most.
Oh,
So
they're
that's how
filming.
cool Kauai
A
is.
lot of time they're filming.
They'll film there, and then guess what? They buy a house there.
Oh, because they just love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
And it's cool seeing it. Like Tahiti Nui was like one of my favorite places on the
Mm.
North Shore. Oh my God, it was like a little pizzeria, but it was just like the best vibe ever.
Yeah.
You just go there. Like me and Mandy did so many date nights there.
That's cool.
And he was always a regular there. It was just kind of cool. Like, oh, hey, I
It
got
is
a beer
cool.
for you.
It really is
Yeah,
cool to see
yeah.
that
They're
caliber
normal.
of celebrity. Yeah.
And they're normal people. Like,
yeah. Right.
like your Batman. He's like, hated Batman. Yep, my bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
My bad, homie.
that's the response you want. One time I was in Hollywood. I was reading a book at a coffee shop before extras. I can't remember what extra it was. Extra job. I'm just like reading this book, and I hear like a laugh. It's like I don't want to give. I heard this laugh, and my mind was like, "We've heard that laugh before."
Right,
you know?
right,
And I'm like, oh, what the heck? I look up and I see this girl's leggings, and they're all torn up, and I'm like, those are pretty cool. And just looking, oh, it's fucking Johnny Knoxville and his girlfriend. And the laugh is Johnny Knoxville's laugh. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I close my book, I put it in my backpack because they're leaving, and I start following out the door. And I'm like, just say hi. Just say hi. This jackass, dude. Come on. This is one of
the
high
most
school-
normal probably guys ever. High school, right? I was doing stupid shit in high school because of
We
him.
all were
Yeah.
because of him.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not say hi.
You didn't?
I followed him across about halfway across the street. I was like, I can't do it because if he turns around and tells me to fuck off, I can't handle it.
It's gonna ruin you.
It's gonna ruin it. Like his image just needs to stay how I think
Yep.
he is, and I can see him. He's having a good time. He's gotten a coffee. He's going off to wherever, and that's how it's gonna stay. So I turned around. I didn't say anything.
So BJ Penn was my all-time favorite MMA guy ever. So finally, we're at this little gas station, and I find out that he's gonna be at this surf shop. When in Tampa surf shop, I'm like, oh shit, babe. He got his book. I read his book. I just BJ Penn. He's a legend.
Yeah.
So I go meet him. I was like, oh, hey guy, like I train with Barca and all them, and he's like, oh, how's Barca doing? I was like, oh, he's great. Barca's a different story. Fights GMO terrorists basically on Kauai. Crazy shit.
What?
Yeah, dude.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But anyways,
You told me I
yes,
watched
dude.
the documentary on YouTube.
Yeah,
I watched
that's
about him.
him.
Yeah.
bro, one of the most realest persons ever.
Yeah, he would be
he's
so
terrifying.
good on a fucking podcast.
Oh, dude, I'd love to bring him here.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I can get him down here.
Do it.
You gotta split his plane ticket with me. He can stay with me and get him on the podcast.
Depends on what the price of Bitcoin is that day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but BJ was so cool. And then I met his mom. His mom was there, Lorraine, and Mandy met his mom and stuff. And it was so cool. Then we met him another time, and just his mother is so genuine. Just like, how's your wife doing? Like,
wow,
damn, like that was like almost like 5 months ago. You know what I mean? And how she knew it still. Like, they're just real people. Which actually had money. Their dad is originally from Kansas.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of cool like that, and just. But dude, I never got to train with him.
Yeah.
Dang it!
Yeah.
But it was again back to Dustin Barker though. Like he has his own private facility that Ruka just gave him. I don't know if he gave him money, but redid it for him. But like it's called the Boar's Nest. Like hush hush.
That's awesome.
Guess what, boy? white boy only, got to go there and train. And so it was so that my first day when I went there, it was cool. Like all my old time boat captains know that I was doing jiu-jitsu with Longman, which they're like fucking pumped for me.
Yeah.
Then I come back, I think I had like a black guy, and they're like, "Whole guy, what? You getting a scrap?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just training at the Boar's Nest."
The Boar's Nest.
You're not Hawaiian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was just like, whoa. And it was one of those things like, to this day, it's like, you know, it will always, Kauai will always be a part of me. I don't care how long I don't 100%. Ever go back. It's just, man, that made me who I am right now. And it's cool. Like, I wish I could just take all my guys there.
Yeah.
And just be like, listen, which we could. Listen, pussies.
How cool would be to take a retreat out there?
Oh my God,
you know, a 2-week retreat with all your bros.
I got my homies that their parents own condos. They own cabins in the mountains. Like, we can do this. I got friends with a bunch of tents where we can just go camp out on the beach for a week. You know what I mean? Like, just like, I got the best training ever out there.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know, you want to do some mitts, 4,000 feet elevation overlooking ocean. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so
I mean,
cool,
I know we're 3 hours and 40 minutes in, but something like that speaks to me because something in my destiny is meant to be, you know, that mentorish, retreatish, healing. Like I'm definitely been
definitely healing.
I've definitely been called to be part of that, you know, to help people heal.
Right.
Yeah. So something like that would be very interesting.
We should do a thing where my buddy's getting married, right? And we'll just say, yo, dude.
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
When?
I think he's going to be not this summer, but next summer.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you got that much time to save up money, buy our tickets early. You'll have a place to stay. And you just do it like we'll film a thing. And then I will show you the coolest shit ever, man.
I'm down.
And I always tell people that. And they are always like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
No, listen, I'm telling you the truth. Like, most of the time, like, these going to do family trips, that's cool. You buy my ticket, I'll find my own place to stay. You guys do your own hotel. You want to do your touristy thing. But if you want me to show you everything, like, dude,
it's time to go back. I feel like it's time,
dude.
you know?
I can't
You're a
wait
different
to go
man.
back. Yeah.
It's time to re-engage with whatever that was
That's
when
cool.
you were
Right.
younger, you know?
So you got, so when TJ fought, I know we're getting late. TJ fought, right? And so we're with the pastor, we're with,
Right.
you know what I mean? With the
100%.
TJ's family.
Yeah.
And so,
You need to go to the DJ with me.
no, it's so fucking awesome, dude. So my homie comes to pick me up because like that's the thing, like TJ and them are staying with like a pastor and stuff from the island, which is awesome. D'Allen wants to go with me, which was whatever. D'Allen, that was his second time there because he was actually my first friend ever come visit me there.
Oh wow.
My first year, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they come and like, so we park in this parking lot. And I'm like, all right, my buddies are gonna pick me up. This car comes squealing. It parks, right? You know, my homie Deb gets out, give her a big old hug, kiss, you know. Rob goes out, gives me a big old hug. He's like, here's your beer, bro. And just opens up and just hands it to me right in front of the pastor. And I was just like, damn it.
They're cool.
You know
They're
what I mean?
cool, though,
It's just
you
like,
know?
yeah,
Like,
just it's funny because it's like,
you want to be respectful,
yeah,
though.
like,
I get
100%.
it. Yeah,
And like,
I get it.
and like all my friends are doing the exact same shit over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
every day's a Saturday.
Right. You're in Hawaii, bro.
Yeah.
Sun comes up.
Yeah.
Beaches are good.
We get in the car, you know, and my buddy's like, "Hey, D'Allen, what do you do?" He's like, "I'm a cop." As we're drinking, he's like, "Oh, cool,
Right. You're a cool cop.
He doesn't care. Like, you know, my buddy doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
You know, Kauai. It's
Yeah.
Kauai. It's,
Right. It's Hawaii,
it's,
baby.
It's land before time. I mean, it's just so weird.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. It's isolated. It's away.
I need to write a book about it.
You should.
Hey, dude, 5 years. Like,
You need to write it now because those memories are fresh, you know?
It's so I could close my eyes and tell you everything about my street that we lived on, everything about my house. Like, it's just good memories. There's bad memories. There's, you know what I mean?
Just like once a week, sit down and write down a memory as best as you can. And then by the time you're done, you'll have 52 chapters of memories that you can whittle down to like the
best memories were training, though.
Right.
Testing my shit, you know what I mean? My soul right there.
But just being there
Right.
tested your soul. That's what happened to me in California. just because I'm away from everything I knew, and everyone that I knew was testing me.
Right. Yeah.
So I totally get that.
Then I had a boss that worked for my dad, which recently just passed away, but I remember him telling me, "You'll be back in a month." And he told me when I finally moved back after 5 years, he says, "I told you that just to make you mad." He says, "Because I knew you were stubborn." So that kind of, the first year was like, "Oh, fuck this." Yeah, hell yeah, we stayed for a year. Now then it was just like, man, like I could go there, I can close my eyes, I can tell you where to go. You know what I mean? Like, I will run into people at the grocery store. Like, when me and my wife went back, because she was pregnant with Mila at the time, we went back for our baby moon. And so we were taking our baby pictures, and we went back to that same grocery store, and the same girls are working there, right?
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, you guys, like, we thought you guys moved away. Like, where have you been?" You know what I mean? Because we're like the white people of that part of that island.
Right.
So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we're like, actually, we did move away. We're just back here for our baby. And they're like, "Oh, shoots."
Right.
Like,
Welcome back.
but anyway.
That's good shit. Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm going to pee again.
You gotta be again. I don't even know what time it is. 9:05. We're doing fine. We're doing fine, bro. I look up to you. I admire you. Your passion is amazing and inspirational. Open up a fucking gym. Do what you got to do. Get yourself in line. Get your wife involved. I support you. I want to help you. I think it's much needed in this place. I believe in you. I think you can really pull it off.
Appreciate you.
You're a very special person, and I appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for teaching me some cool shit today.
Yep. One of many days to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we do it every Sunday, right?
Every
team
Sunday
training?
we usually do around 1 o'clock. Yep.
Yeah. Is
And
that like
then-
an open invitation? Kinda.
DM me.
If you cool,
Yeah.
you can come to open mat or what is team
Yeah.
training.
If you got a blue or white gi only,
Oh,
come on
shit.
down.
It better have a Gracie patch on it, dude.
No
Thanks, man.
offense.
Nah. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Love you, dog.
Love
Thanks,
you too, man. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed listening to podcast number 67. 3 hours and 48 minutes in. Dude, I love that shit. I love getting that deep. What is it? It's Sunday, and I hope you guys have a great fucking week. I actually have no idea who's coming on next week. Like I said last podcast, though, Nancy Allen is coming on end of March. Nancy Allen is an author who has written books with James Patterson. Her newest book, Renegade, comes out on March 22nd. Get it on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Devin Parida is coming on, black belt from Kansas City. And JW Wright, third or fourth degree black belt from St. Louis, is coming on end of March as well. So we got a lot of good people coming on. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to today's podcast. Have a great week. Love you guys. Peace.
This is our moment. 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 Always on the grind till the sun come on us. They can never control us. Running for the prize, raise high for the toast. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment.
SciFi Wins.